Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Good to see everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I am on time today, starting right before Ozzy gets done. Since Judge Schrader is giving a long, ridiculous speech about nothing. So I hope everyone's doing well. We got a fun topic tonight. Got tired of doing news, so we are going to talk about UFOs. Very excited about this topic. It seems like a fun topic. So let's say hi to everybody that's here, and we will get going. I have an avatar today. I'm going to try the avatar thing. Didn't plug in my camera, so it's not going to move. It's just going to stare at you all creepy like all day. But you know what? We'll make it work. All right. So on the docket, we have DeVal. What's up, buddy? Comer. What's going on, buddy? Mystic. The Apostle Steve. Josh Chandler. Mimi. And Impish coming in. Oh, I should probably pin that link tree, shouldn't I? Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll pin that link tree. Thought I had it up, but I did not. And pinned. So if you need anything, link tree's pinned. Join our Discord. There's some fun stuff going on in there. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess I'll start with a personal anecdote, however the hell you say it. One of the things that I had a personal experience with him. What's up, AP? I was outside and one came over the top of me, and it was just a huge craft, something like I've never seen before. And it was pretty intense, and I couldn't believe it, but it couldn't have been anything else. I mean, that's what it was. There's not much other option that it could have been. It was massive. It was, and it flew away so quickly. It was pretty insane. So, what's up, Snafu? Somebody just tried to enter the backyard in broad daylight. Well, that's not good. Are you all right, buddy? I hope that hope that it was taken care of and you're good, man. So that sucks. Hopefully it wasn't. I think you're in Florida, so you always have stand your ground. Just don't forget. All right. So I taken care of. What's up, Belandris? How come I did? You did know I was going live early. You shut up. We're kind of gonna just chat and hang out for a minute while we wait for Aussie to send over the crew from the trial stream. So if anybody has any news or anything they want to talk about or anything they want to bring up, you are welcome to pass it along and we'll talk about it for a minute. Like personal news, not like news. I can't do news today. I'm doing too much news. No, nothing. I have the rest of the week off, so that's fun. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, buddy. It's always good to take some time off. Kind of recharge the batteries. I have a hangover. Well, that's not good. That's the opposite of having a week off. Hangovers suck, man. I drink a lot of Gatorade when I'm drinking, and it's proven to be effective. So I continue that practice. Drink some Gatorade intermittently. It really helps with that hangover. So I was looking for. Oh, it's in banners. There we go. Looking for my disclaimer. Not medical advice. So let's see. It was such an eerie experience. I mean, it went straight over my head and it was gone so fast. So fast. I've seen many aircraft and many different things like that. And it was like unlike anything I've ever seen. Neuro-ophthalmologist. That doesn't sound fun. I should take a range day at some point. I haven't shot in a long time. A long time. But I think Aussie's just about to finish up. But I haven't... What's up, Bri? Good to see you, buddy. Drive safe. I had Aussie up, and I don't know where he went. Looks like Schrader's done. He's going through super chats. He's going to do a Rittenhouse watch party. So that's what's coming up. So for Hayden, that should be interesting. I know there's a lot of people that weren't around or didn't get to see the whole Rittenhouse trial. He might do it as a premiere so he can just sit and chill with chat and hang out. So haven't seen a UFO, but I've seen the northern lights at 5 a.m. walking to my hunting blind. It was very eerie. Actually, I have never had the opportunity to see the Northern Lights. I've tried on many different occasions. It's something that I've always wanted to see. We've driven up north on a dime to try. There was increased solar activity when we went to Alaska that we tried to catch them and weren't able to. So not for lack of trying, but I have yet to take them in. So at some point I would like to, certainly. But, and I hear that there's like an energy to them. I mean, they are energy, but I hear that there's like an energy to them. So another thing, and we'll get into, well, let me see. Yeah, this was like it was like a long square. It was black and it almost looked like chiseled stone. It had some weird lights on it, and it moved so incredibly fast. But so we went out to Area 51 and out to the place where Roswell, New Mexico, and stuff like that in 2020. And it made me even more convinced that something had happened there. Just the way the makeup and all that. So it was interesting. It was really neat. They pretty much whitewashed all the history surrounding it in that area, which contributes to my thought that there certainly is something going on. But yeah. And today, for sure, I know for a fact that we will be dumping into Kaiser Pineapple when the stream concludes at 8:30, and he'll be taking you the rest of the way. I think that's... Shit, he told me what the topic was, and I don't remember what he said. Let me see. Check my Discord. That's not him. There he is. Oh, he is doing another Real Talk episode. Emasculation and the Destruction of Heroes in Pop Culture. So that should be something fun to look out for, too. And, well, I'll link you because I can't dump yet. But you get what I'm saying. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Leanie. Ozzy's playing outro. Okay. I'm not listening. I just assume he's sending people over, but I'm not actually listening to his stream. So hopefully. If not, we'll hang out and we'll have fun together. So we'll wait just a minute for that stream to end and this one to start. Hey, Miss K. Griff. What's up, Rose? And here they come. I'm Janet. What's up, It's Happening Harper with Harper? Hey, Indigo. What's up, Shenny? Rosman, good to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, if it is your first time here, it would make me so happy if you'd hit that like and subscribe button. We have some fun things coming up for sub milestones. As you may see, I'm a small channel. I'll throw them up on screen. So we're coming up on that 500 sub milestone there. And we're going to have the meat roast. And that's going to be a good time. Give you guys a time to interact and and really get to know me better and give me your best, then I'm going to stupidly do a 24-hour stream at 1,000 subs. Well, it's good to have you, Malcolm. Hopefully you stay a while, hang out. It's a fun community, so good to have you. We're roasting this meat. And for anybody who's like, who is this dude? I'm working on Avatar, and then, yeah, 1K, I'm going to do 24-hour. 500, I'm going to do meat roast. So, love bacon. Great stuff. At some point, yes. At some point, I will. So, other than that, I'm working on this Avatar stuff, so he's not connected to moving yet, but he's just going to stare at you creepily. But we'll get some articles up and stuff like that, so it won't be as bad in a minute. But thanks, everybody, for joining. Hit that like, hit that sub. It's a fun community, free speech community. We like to get into the tough topics and have good conversation. And also, if you're new, go ahead and join that Discord. It's a fun place. There's no, I'm not becoming a VTuber. Absolutely not. I just thought it would be cool. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Helen. Good to see you. Welcome. Take care, Gene. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, how can we now holler even the UFOs? Yeah, and that's one of the things we'll get into. So the way that I like to do things is we'll bring up an article, we'll look at some historic value, that kind of thing. And then I like to give my opinion. For some reason, you guys like to hear it. So I'll go ahead and give it. Potentially. But he's a cool cat, man. He's wearing a suit. So. It says maybe an alien. Potentially. I don't know if that's a compliment or what, but I'll take it. So we'll get started over here at SETI. So SETI is the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. It is a mission to try and find life beyond Earth. Universe is a pretty big place. It seems like just an awful waste of space. So if you're familiar at all with the Drake equation, no, you don't. So if you're familiar at all with the Drake equation, even if we put little values in, we still get this enormous amount of potential planets that inhabit life. To think that we're the only ones out there is pretty much insanity on the face. It's we're not. There's no way that that's possible. So SETI is a group of nonprofit research organizations that have various different tools. They are trying to do microbes under the ice. They're trying to do alien intelligence. So they collect a lot of signals. Actually, they collected a signal within the last 10 years that they responded to. And there's a bunch of different arrays for it. Is that the one where I paste? I missed something then. Everyone who is of any intelligence says don't send out genome and location to random space. We actually covered Voyager not too long ago and everything surrounding that. And I tend to agree with you. I think we sent a roadmap for our destruction. And probably wasn't a great idea. So the Drake equation. Oh, the Drake equation. You don't know the Drake equation, or are you just messing with me? I could show you Drake. So the Drake equation is a probabilistic argument used to estimate the number of active communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy. So this is pretty much okay, you know it. Well, some people might not. So you put the number of technologically advanced civilizations in the Milky Way. Carl Sagan's got some great books. Yeah, I know. That's why I said. We'll go through it anyways. So number of technologically advanced civilizations in the Milky Way is the value that we're solving for. This is rate of formation. Then we have stars and planets, the average number. Then we have plants and species in the solar system that could live on different planets, suitable planets for life, life-bearing planets, because as we know, we have the conditions for life on several planets that we've found, just they haven't been there. We also have the time. So we've only been a civilization for 150 years that have been able to communicate out of the million years or whatever number you want to put on that. It's very different depending. But the number of years that we've been technologically viable in relation to the number of years that the Earth has been here and humans have been on the planet, or some form of them, and the length of time that they're detectable. So it takes in all this information and gives you the probability of alien civilizations. So that's one to certainly take a peek at. And it's one of those things that we can't prove that it's right or wrong. It's just there. So that is the Drake equation. Gotta find my. So SETI has some spacecrafts. They put out their the Voyager program. They've been sending signals back into space, all of which I think is a terrible idea. I'm saying that there's more than a chance. I'm saying there's a probability that it certainly is. So, Drake equation also concludes that some alien species suicide. Yeah. Yep. Some alien species aren't going to make it to where they can be viable. So these are all the different.
Well, I mean, some species are going to elect dumbasses that wind up destroying the planet anyway. So.
Well, yeah, and some people are going to destroy the planet themselves. So, yeah, humans will go extinct before Voyager gets 1 light year away. Sorry, I was thinking million again. 1 light year away. So they're incomprehensible distances. So, and hopefully we don't. But yeah, what's up, Oz? How's the trial, buddy?
The last hour or so of it was complete and utter dog shit, as I'm sure most of the chat will understand. Yeah, and now I have to type up a report to give to Vices.
Oh, about what went on?
Yeah, he was not happy with the summary that I gave him yesterday, which was yeah, don't worry, you can just skip it.
He wants a formal report on his desk by 8 o'clock.
No, he's not going that far. I'm just being a dick and over delivering, just to screw with him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's funny though.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to watch because I've been busy today. So.
Yep.
But yeah.
That's why you bitched and moaned in chat about not getting a link.
Well, I didn't get a link, and I only said it one time. Don't do that. So you did see it, because we were debating if he saw it or not. And I said, yeah, he absolutely saw it. He's just ignoring me.
Velazquez wants a TPS report.
Good, as he should. You should do it too. So yeah, SETI. So these are some of they have some different telescope arrays. They have the Very Large Telescope Array. They have one on Alaska. next to HARP. And yeah, they're trying to find different planets and different signals from different planets. They employ a ton of people. They have a lot of outreach programs and things of that nature. Overall, a good organization. I just I don't know if it's the right thing. I don't know if we should be broadcasting information about us, where we're at, and how to kill us. That seems like a bad idea. But
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, you know, squeaky wheel gets the oil, but at the same time, squeaky wheel is the one that gets replaced.
yeah,
So,
yep. And we're not a strong enough civilization to be able to stand up to it. So we should be very careful with these kind of things. So I got this article just to show this picture and the title. Prepare for a wave of extraterrestrial sightings in UK, says UFO experts. I didn't even, when I was looking for articles, and this is recently, about a month ago, but I just like this guy's suit and want to know where to find one. So that is the entire purpose of that article.
dude, that's just one of those zoot suits, and he's painted the eyes on. You can get those for like $40 from a costume store.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm gonna have to grab me one of those because that's funny. Why is this not coming up? You have it all planned out, and then it won't come up. It's beautiful technology. So there's been a lot of, part of the reason why I picked this is because I enjoy it. Also, there's been a lot of information in the news as of late about uptick in UFOs and stuff like that. So Steven Spielberg on UFO sightings. I don't believe we're alone in the universe. So this is a day ago. Again, I'm not gonna go into it, but just to show you that people are starting to come around to the idea that we're probably not alone. Which adds more questions, like what has changed, and why are we so willing to talk about such a taboo topic that, you know, even 5 years ago was completely taboo and nobody would say a word about. So do you guys have many down that way, like UFO reports, or is it not something you guys?
Look, we do. There's been more, obviously, in the last 10, 20 years or so since the like technology sort of caught up and that sort of thing. But I mean, a lot of people just don't report the stuff that they see out in the outback either, because you can't tell if it's aliens or if it's like native mythology or whatever else. But it certainly gets interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you guys have a vast open amount of space, so plenty of space to be able to do it, and maybe see something and hide. I think my personal thought is they're already here, and they're probably underwater, because we seem to see a lot around military bases, a lot right off the shores of the oceans, and we have no idea what's out in the oceans. Like we're finding new stuff all the time. Yeah. So
What do they say? We know more about what's going on in the universe than we do what's under our own oceans. So yeah.
Yeah. And there's even places on land that we haven't ventured out to and been to. So it's not like we've done a great job with exploration here on our planet. So we are not conspiracy theorists, just realistic that there has to be other life out there. Exactly. Again, Drake equation probabilities. It's far more likely that there are than it is that they're not. So it's one of those things where I believe. Now, I think Hollywood has taken it way too far off the deep end, and they're not little green men, but you know, small wins. I think I'm just gonna go for get that lit on this. I mean, you're welcome to comment if you want, but if you want to just go with the flow, go for it, buddy. Australia has massive UFO reports. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up on some chats.
No, fair enough. For the most part, guys, I'm just here to look pretty for the second. I'm just going to finish up this thing, and then you'll have my full and undivided attention. I do.
Oh,
it's the middle of the workday for me, so I need to lawyer occasionally.
Oh, absolutely. I just appreciate you being here, buddy. I think that's why are aliens thought to be shaped like humans and not like iguanas? Well, so our brain is terrible at conceptualizing things that we can't see. So if we're like, sometimes we're like, I have no idea what it could be. And one of those is dimensions 5 through 10. So there's thought to be 10 dimensions. So 5 through 10, we have no idea what it looks like or how to even conceptualize it because our brains aren't great at that. Same thing with like infinity or incredibly large numbers. We just can't conceptualize it. So it's far more likely that aliens are so foreign to us that are something we can't even conceptualize. We can't even imagine. So aliens are humans traveling through time. I disagree, but I think time travel is not mathematically possible. But Australia is the mothership. Well, that's what the dome's for, I guess. I want ET.
I don't want ET. Did you hear? Did you ever hear the rumor about what ET2 was supposed to entail? Like
No.
the proposed sequel. ET's race was supposed to be like nasty, and it was supposed to be like the whole like the robot from Lost in Space that it had been that they were hostile to us, but this particular one turned because of how he was treated when he was crash landed here and that sort of shit. I don't want that sort of scenario.
Yeah, no, I'm good. You have nice hedgehog hair, is what one of our lovely chatters says. Just so you know.
Oh, thank you.
We have an alien. Maybe. Superman. I don't think there's that many Superman mans.
Depends which regime you ask, I suppose.
I also disagree, DeVille, but we won't go into that. I think time travel's mathematically because you would be traveling through space and time, and people never account for the space portion. So even if you could time travel, you couldn't get to the space where you wanted to because this space is already long gone.
Well, see, that's the thing that's always bugged me about time travel. What people don't realize that if you moved in time,
mm-hmm.
you would have to calculate it to the nth degree, and there would be very few places you could go, because if you traveled in time, say 6 months ago, but you didn't move in space, you would reappear in the middle of open space.
Yeah.
So,
and you'd be quite a ways away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because people don't take into account that the Earth is actually moving. Even if you're just talking about the fact that it's rotating, we're also rotating around the sun. So if you only moved in time, you're not taking into account the fact that the Earth is not going to be there when you rematerialize.
I think that, well, and then you don't even take into account that our solar system is moving around our galactic center. Our galaxy is moving around other galaxies. Our galaxy cluster is moving around the universe core. Like there's so much movement. We're not in the same place.
Actually, I want to see if I can find that GIF of the way that the solar system's actually moving, because people think that you're just going around the sun, whereas it's actually the sun itself is also moving, and we're sort of like spiraling around it. I want to see if I can find that GIF. Give me a second.
Yeah, if you can, that's awesome. So enough of Spielberg. So Oxford Mail, there's a lot of and then we have a list of them. So it has some interesting pictures. Like, this is something that is really difficult to explain. Again, it depends on lighting, it depends on direction, it depends on a lot of factors. You can make things look like really, really difficult perception of them. So it could be anything, but it's weird. Space time. Yep. Hey, I am Princess. I saw this one as well.
This will work. It's not a GIF, but
Okay, go for it.
sorry. So that sort of gives some sort of idea as to. So if you look at the blue trails, that's sort of the direction that the planets have actually been moving in. And if you watch the yellow line, the sun itself is also moving as well. So as the sun moves, we're sort of like spiraling around it, but being dragged along with it as well. It's like people don't actually. We never really occupy the exact same point in space time because we're constantly moving.
Thank you for that, buddy. Why would we be alone in the universe? The universe is ginormous. If we are alone, it'd be an awful waste of space. Exactly. 100%. Maybe that's what I mean. I'm an alien, Gluey. So back to this picture. But yeah, we're moving at a pretty good clip around several centers. Like, this is our. We'll get into traveler visits and stuff like that too, because I think it's interesting. This one I thought was much easier to explain. This is obviously just some lights. Not that it couldn't be, and not that there's different ways that could happen, but you know.
Fucking Excoma, always to the rescue. Hang on.
Oh, does he have it for you? I'll just talk about this one while you bring that up. Again, some weird lights, but they're lights. Like, if there's something like the first picture, I'm much more likely to believe that it's probably extraterrestrial than something with lights. Potentially. You'll be all right.
Look, we managed to see the planet without worrying about it. Holy crap, who is that? Is that an alien?
This guy's certainly an alien. And this is the problem why nobody took it seriously for 50 years. If we're being honest and we're being truthful about what's going on. Like, this is the reason people don't take it serious. I have no idea what's going on in his glasses. He looks like one of those, super crazy conspiracist guys who's doing it on his Citizen Ben radio and, like, living in the middle of the desert. Like, that kind of what you're thinking of, a mix between an elephant and a human, potentially.
That's a bit odd.
Yes, very scary old man. What's up, Corn Pope? Good to see you. Yeah, and potentially the Libyans are after him, and it looks like Nick Rekieta in 25 years. I didn't say that. B-Weave 10 did.
How much you want to bet that those glasses, each one of the glasses individually flips up?
No. You think so?
Yeah, I do.
You're probably right. Where's the shades, though? Doesn't he have to have shades that flip down first?
No, because I reckon he's got it so that he can get his eyeball in and like really look close at something, or even pick up one of those like the magnifying eye ones that you hold up to your eye that looks like the gem guys do.
Yeah. He reminds me of that weird scientist in Independence Day that the alien uses to talk to us. Exactly.
Nah, this guy's far more unattractive than Runkle. I'm gonna cop it for that.
I zoomed in 100% too. Awesome. Is there anybody else on LawTube you'd like to shit on? You got to Jeff, Nick, and Runkle. You want to?
I didn't say shit about. Okay,
Yes,
I didn't
you
say
did.
shit about Nick.
Oh, I did. And then so we have another one that's just lights mainly. So the problem with this is we have these kind of people that are representatives for the, the mission or the goal, and I just don't think they're the best arbiters of the community, and I think it makes so it's harder to believe and harder to respect. So, according to the organization UFO Unidentified, which gathered data from local and national media as well as Freedom of Information, a total of 497 UFO sightings have been reported across England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. So Great Britain would have been easier. In 2022. So 500 sightings last year. In comparison, there were 465 sightings in 2020 and 413 in 2021. So we see some and then a dip and then back up, which means people saw more unexplained phenomena last year than they previously had. So this is from Oxford Mail, by the way. Well, if that's the case, then I'd be more than happy for the aliens to invade. But
look, if we wind up in a species scenario, I'd be okay with that, so as long as it doesn't end with death.
Black Widows.
That's what worries me.
Yeah. Smash that like button, like Brian smashing his car into a light pole while he was not paying attention to the road and watching Mighty Meat. Glad you're home safe, buddy. It'll buff out. I've seen a UFO in 2009, super bright light spot in the middle of the day. Huh. That's cool. Increase in hallucinogenic use produces increase in proportional UFO sightings. Potentially. But are those hallucinogenic users going to report it to the police or different agencies? See, I got your back, Jacob. Alien spiders. I did a Type 2
that movie, The Alien Spiders. It does not end well for us.
Yeah. Does an alien movie ever end well for us?
No, not that I can think of.
Independence Day, kind of. And I don't get why they did that, but it certainly has of late. Seems like the term UFO has been changed into UAP. Unidentified anomalous phenomena. Yeah. And so there's so many things that this is another thing that people try and discount the experience with. There are so many things that are unidentified that are identified not to be aliens. They're just unidentified as far as we don't know what they are. Kind of like some balloons that flew over America recently. Oh yeah, the fighter jets were up circling. That's so cool. Yeah, but not when they're high on illegal or illicit drugs. They usually avoid them. Not always, but usually. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Tell us more about F-22s. And that's the other thing. They could be microbes. They could just not be intelligent species. They just could be microbes somewhere. So we don't know. We're not sure. Where were those lights you showed? And don't question how are they different from the northern lights. Oh, I can re-show. So the northern lights are radiation hitting our atmosphere from solar storms. So that's one thing. These don't fit that characteristic or profile, which is completely different. I can certainly pull up northern lights. That's just a different characteristic and profile. So your northern lights are going to be very rich in color. So they're going to be very rich in that blue or teal color, and they're going to take up the whole sky because they're hitting the atmosphere and either bouncing off or being absorbed. So they're streaking through the atmosphere as the particles go. So what's up, Fast Group? Yeah, and it's because they want people to take it serious. So what's up on that, Obama? Movie Flatland is about a 2D creature eventually coming to a 3D world. Huh. I have to look that up, though. That sounds really...
The book is actually really good as well.
Is it?
Flatland's based on. Yeah.
Okay. Huh. I'm a rare Earth guy. Doubt any alien life anywhere in the universe is anything more than bacteria-like. And that's... It could be. And... not to besmirch anybody, but the religious aspect says that we're probably the only ones. However, you get a lot of, even the Vatican has a pretty extensive science program that they do a lot of looking into the heavens for. So,
well, that makes a certain amount of sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're comfortable in your story, you're not afraid to disprove it.
Oh,
right?
I view it from the other direction. I mean, imagine if they were able to look out into the heavens and actually prove the existence of God.
That's an interesting thought experiment. I've never thought of it that way. So you think God exists like as an actual being?
I have no idea, honestly. I'm just thinking that if I was in their position, I would not be discounting it. And I would be looking at... I'd be playing devil's advocate, pardon the pun, and saying, okay, let's take the time to see what else is out there, just in case. Because imagine if we are actually able to prove that God exists in a tangible scientific way, and then everyone else has to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's true. Huh. No, I've never thought of it that way, but that's a cool way of doing it. I'm gonna have to think about that for a second.
Okay.
Like not right now, but
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna kill the whole stream just to think about it. But no, that's yeah. I mean, that's a good idea. So, but anyways, I meant to say something earlier and I forgot. Congratulations on the 10K, buddy. It's well deserved.
Thanks very much. I appreciate that.
Very well deserved. I sent you a message, but
No, I did see, but I wasn't able to respond on stream. So, but I fully appreciate that. Thank you, dude.
No, I didn't expect you. I just wanted you to know good work, chap. So yeah, back officially padded. So, and ladies and gentlemen, with that, I'm trying to catch Oz. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe, one day I'll catch him. One day. But I'm way far behind him, so it's gonna take me a minute. So all right, so back to it after we got sidetracked. Hang on. I don't believe in aliens. You don't, huh? Oh, damn! Now I don't believe in aliens. So you're messing with somebody.
Yeah, because MG said that the Catholic Church accepts the existence of aliens as possible.
Gotcha. Okay.
So now
Yeah.
I'm not about saying now I don't believe in them.
So he's just being a contrarian. I
Pretty
gotcha.
much.
All right. So in fact, there's been an increase. Huh?
Sorry,
Oh.
I was thinking out loud. I was reading a news article. Apparently, they've killed off 2 prospective Star Wars movies that were supposed to start filming this year. Thank fuck for that.
Wow. We were just talking about not too long ago that Star Wars has been really struggling, like bad. So losing Disney money ever since they bought it. So, but anyways, in fact, there's been an increase in sightings across all countries, with the exception of Northern Ireland. UFO expert Michael Soper of Marston, Oxford, a member of the Contact International UFO Research Group, said it was due to a change in the status of the UFO reports. Said for quite a long time they were reported as ... unknown, but now the U.S. military and our own military are taking it more seriously. Reports are now coming from military observers. Ms. Soper said technological advances, which mean radar operating at different parameters, were also responsible for increased reporting. So there are various factors as to why we would see an increase, but it seems that there's a natural increase as well. It's okay, Stingy. Did they probe you or? And he says, "Hi, fat man." So that must be you, Stingy.
Oh, Stingy, I missed you.
He got abducted by aliens.
For anyone that doesn't know, Stingy is my government-appointed ADA reject.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So I do notice when he's not there.
Huh.
So.
Well, congratulations. You made it.
I know, right? I'm big enough that I got someone appointed.
Wow. Disney does suck at Star Wars. Disney sucks at everything recently. I'm sorry, Richard. I haven't been keeping up. So it's likely there's far more around us that we can't interact with to even measure. I assume there's a ton of these and I missed them. Disabled them. Yeah. I apologize, buddy.
Sorry, it was my fault.
I would, if it happens right now, I'd be concerned that there was an ulterior motive behind what it actually meant.
If it happens right now, I'm worried that no one's going to believe a word coming out of Biden's mouth, so no one's going to believe that it's even happening.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not entirely sure that anybody would believe it. So, no, Corn Pop is not Corn Pope. Yes.
Really?
They are two different people.
So who's not Corn Pop then? Is that still Corn Pop or is that not Corn Pop?
No, I think that says no. Corn Pop, so is not Corn Pope.
No. So there's Corn Pope, there's Corn Pop, and then there's
not Corn Pop. Right.
Yeah.
I think she's saying no, Corn Pop is not Corn Pope.
Okay.
So Corn Pope is not Corn Pop. And not Corn Pop either. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Clear as mud.
Corn Pop, send it to me on Discord, or I don't know if you're on my Discord. If not, it's in Linktree. Shoot me a DM or
Okay.
Yeah, I
Firstly,
saw.
here's that GIF.
Okay.
So that's a representation of what the solar system actually looks like moving through space.
Right.
And if you notice, the one in the corner that just seems to be heading directly towards the sun may go bye-bye at some stage. But, damn you, Sleazy, because this is funny as hell.
Oh, is that the? I heard something about that, but I don't know.
You don't recognize what that is?
Well, I mean, it's a tire with a rim.
Yes. Yes. Because women can't reverse park, so they scratch the rims on the gutters.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Oh, God, I can't
We
believe I
we
didn't
don't
just
call them.
explain that to you.
I sorry, brain somewhere else. We also don't call them gutters; they're curbs.
Why? Yeah, we
'Cause
call them gutters because they collect rainwater and move it along during the rain. Why do you call it a curb?
I wasn't in charge of language. They didn't ask me. Is it Venus? I thought it was Mars. I saw it I went out and looked last night, and I saw Jupiter. But I thought it was Mars. But I certainly could have been wrong. So you're probably right because you got it from chat.
Do you see the 30 girls that have been hospitalized after playing with a Ouija board?
No.
I'll save that one for later.
All right, we'll get to it after. Let's. I got a couple more of these, and then we'll get to some news.
Yeah.
I was trying really hard not to do news, but we'll do news later. It was
I don't know
Venus.
if this is
Okay.
classed as news. So, but
Okay.
anyway, didn't mean to derail. Continue talking about aliens, my good sir.
I'm so good at derailing myself. I don't need help, buddy. Now we're going. Now we're getting objects reported on several different types of radar, land, sea, and aviation radar, he said. He added, and the public are now not ashamed to report them. There have been serious reports in The Guardian and The Times, always in the Daily Star. In the past, it was a chuckle land, but in fact, it was really quite serious. Mr. Soper said Chinese balloons were first spotted over the U.S. recently. The objects were breaching radar. They do say the extraterrestrial hypothesis was not ruled out, he said. So that's, again, it's one of those things where it's definitely front and center, and it doesn't have the stigma that it used to have. So it's definitely something that we could potentially see more of and an increase of, and maybe if they're very interested could come and make contact at some point. So this is list of reported UFO sightings, and this is all the ones that Wikipedia has, and we'll go to a couple of them. We're not going to go through all of them. In antiquity, we had several sightings that are recorded somewhere in written history. Then we have the 16th and 17th century celestial phenomenon over Nuremberg. Again, something that was very well documented. Then we go into the 19th century, and again, they're pretty limited, but we didn't have the recording methods that we currently have. Then we get into that kind of pre-1950 territory, and we start seeing a bunch of them. We see several during the war. The Foo Fighters, ghost rockets. Like there's some pretty good ones. The Roswell incident was probably one of the most famous. The RAF captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region. So about 30 miles north of Roswell, Mexico. In 2020, I actually visited Roswell, Mexico for the first time. More convinced than ever. It's a much bigger city than you would think. So mostly scrubbed of the alien influence. The Dunkin' Donuts had an alien, McDonald's had an alien, and then the streetlights were aliens. And other than the UFO museum, that's it. Like out of a pretty good sized city. So I was disappointed. The destruction will be real, but the aliens remain a spoof. Sorry. Yeah, potentially. So it's one of those hot topics that neither side really has great evidence on. So Walter Hull, a United States Air Force spokesperson, issued a press release announcing the capture of a flying saucer. Hours later, the Army announced that the find was a crashed weather balloon. Kind of like now. In 1978, the case regained attention after Jesse Marcel, the Army officer who recovered the wreckage, told UFO researchers that the weather balloon explanation was a cover story. In 1994, the Air Force attributed the incident to the previously classified Project Mogul. So this one's probably the most publicized one, and definitely covered it up. So then right after that, you have things like the green fireballs, the Mantell incident. These are all in the same general area and or time frame. So sorry, I had a hiccup. I don't like hiccups. Ugh. And then we go to the 50s through the 70s. There was one in Washington, D.C. in 52. Probably brought down Joe Biden. Here, you deal with him. He won't keep telling stories. So, as you can see, there's a voluminous record of UFO incidents. Berkshire, there's so many that could be gone into. Maybe. So we get into where we're seeing internationally, Tehran, Iran. And I can't type and talk.
So don't fucking type then. Just leave it for later. It was so that I couldn't forget it.
That's why I usually just say it, but here's one.
I was pretty sure that can't get said on stream.
Yeah. The Valentich. What do we got now? We got
wait.
Oh.
Oh God, why did you do that? Seriously.
What's up, buddy?
Bring me on and then we can do that, because I'm on mobile right now and I'm not sure how good this is going to work.
Ozzy did it.
Okay, looks like you. Okay, so you got audio and video. Okay, thank God. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I was not sure if this was going to work. Okay, gentlemen. UFOs, what the hell?
Stream is not over. Kaiser has his own intro music because he's that spectacular.
Apparently.
But yeah, so we're going into UFOs.
Yeah, I see that now. I didn't get the memo until I was already on my way home from work, and I was like, fuck, guys.
I'm sorry, buddy. I knew you were busy, so I didn't want to.
Yeah. Say, between the hours of 5 p.m. and usually 7:30 p.m. is, when Kaiser is doing his dad duties.
Yeah. So,
unfortunately, the wife had to take the kid to the urgent care, so I'm stuck at home with basically getting some cleaning done while they're gone.
oh, gotcha.
Shit.
Okay.
Hope everything's okay.
Yeah. Is he all right?
Well, my son he has kind of a condition with his throat. Basically, his throat doesn't seal up properly between his esophagus and his what you call that? His esophagus and his breathing tube, basically.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically gets sick. If he even gets like a runny nose, it goes straight to his lungs and screws everything up.
Wow.
So poor kid cannot catch a break, and it's like usually every couple weeks he comes down with something, but it usually doesn't slow him down much.
Wow.
He just, when we got up this morning, he didn't sound too bad. Sounded a little wheezy. We're like, okay, we'll keep an eye on it. And then my wife went and just picked him up from daycare about an hour ago, and she's like, yeah, he sounds really bad. He's coughing a lot. So I'm going to try and see if I can get an appointment in with his doctor for like tomorrow or something. And if I can't do that, then, we'll just do the urgent care sometime tomorrow. I'm like, okay, that's fine. 15 minutes later, I'm pulling into the driveway, and she is literally on the way out with him. And we're going to the med check. Bye. I'm like, okay. Do you need me to go with you? No.
Nope, you're staying home.
And it was just the sternness of that, matter of fact, no. I'm like, this is my wife whenever she is in hyper focus, like mom mode. I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Yep. Just let them go. They got it taken care of. So.
Yeah. I said, okay, keep me posted, but if you need anything, you just tell me. No, I got you. No problem.
Yeah.
So I decided to go ahead and get some work done while she was gone, and then I saw UFOs, and I'm like,
Heard the sound of your people.
sorry, what was that, Oz?
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Did you just call him an alien?
What? No, that is not what I said. Call them conspiracy theorists. It's not the same thing.
Oh. No, there's a very big difference between conspiracy theorists and UFO daddy.
Yeah, of course. So
Yeah, read the caption.
Oh.
quick,
In
we'll
other
go back to
breaking
it.
information, Jim Griffiths, the defense attorney for murder, believes that he did not get a fair trial.
No shit.
Wow.
I could never give a fuck a straight face.
Oh yeah.
All right, I know you want to do news, so let's.
No.
Nope. That's like the sixth time you derailed me.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Because I got a couple things I want to get to too.
Mighty, we gotta talk about the aliens. We gotta talk about the aliens, buddy. Okay. All right.
So as you see, we're starting to get a lot of them that are reported by, as the previous article said, in the 21st century, we're starting to see a lot reported by, the Pentagon or different, like air traffic control and O'Hare or the Albany. Like, we're starting to see more reputable reports. Damn, Kaiser, that's loud, buddy.
I am so sorry. I'm trying not to cause a lot of noise, but stupid pans. If you have to mute me, go ahead and mute me for a second. And I don't know. I'm just putting the last one away.
Okay.
It'll be good now.
Your ADA is sending me messages Can you keep them in?
Look, for the
Yeah.
most part, provided you preview it, you should be fine.
Oh, I know. He sends a ton of stuff. Huh.
ADA?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it later. But, so there's a bunch of them. Apparently, this is not going to come up at all. This sightings map, but so there's a sightings map, and then Mutual UFO Network. As I'm sure people have heard of MUFON before. They may come off as crazy people, but I think that they're doing some good work. There's all kinds of different information, and they have a lot of people that know what the hell they're talking about, is what I'm trying to say. So it's something that if you want to take a look, they have all kinds of resources, report. Of course, they have a store, because who the hell wouldn't? You can join their chapter. You can look at all their kind of research and tracking. Bob Pratt files. I mean, there's a ton here. You can give them money, but don't give them money. Give me money, and then I'll think about giving it to them. Never. Scientific method, all that kind of stuff. So it's a good resource. So and then I just wanted to watch a couple of these different videos because, again, I think they're interesting, and it's interesting to get some other people's opinions on what kind of stuff it is, you know. But the politics, yeah, I know, man, but it's so, I get we need like people, and we need to build our own stuff and blah blah blah, but there's so much infrastructure to do ourselves. So Project Blue Book's actually interesting. Oh, you were a local leader? That's really cool, man. And yeah,
pretty famous case in Michigan about that one from the 90s that got tracked on radar.
Huh.
1994 Michigan UFO incident. It was I'm trying to remember where. I think it was near Ann Arbor.
Really? Okay.
It was seen for like 4 counties, like right there on the west side of the state.
I didn't even know that. Huh.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Go check it out. I recently was. Oh yeah, they did the most recent season of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix. They actually covered it.
That's cool. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
At 1994 Michigan UFO event. Wow.
Yeah, they tracked it on radar, which was pretty wild because they actually were able to get it was a weather guy at the National Weather Service who was tracking it on radar because some guys from the police department had contacted the ATC in the area, and ATC was like, we don't know what the hell it is. So they, contacted him. And so they're all like looking at this, kind of doing a little bit of bush telegraph between each other, trying to figure out what they're seeing. But this thing was tracking like over 4 counties in that area and was seen by, I think, there's over 400 eyewitness accounts at this point. Yeah, I'm like balls deep in the UFO stuff, man. I'm just saying.
I figured you were. I was just going to do a quick overview and then, go from there. So I think it might, I got a couple ideas floating around. So, but I wanted to watch this one. This one was supposedly recent over Las Vegas.
What the hell is this?
See, and like some of these, I don't know if they're real or not. Like, so it's frustrating that some people are faking stuff so much that you have to question it before you think about it, you know. I didn't want to hear a drunk guy in Vegas talk about it.
Probably one of the most recent, like really compelling cases that I've seen was the incident from 2019 off the deck of the USS Omaha. There was an actual UFO swarm that descended on a U.S. Navy destroyer.
Huh.
And there is footage. There's actually quite a bit. There's actually a couple of different bits of footage out there. I've got them on my hard drive. If I was at my computer right now, I could go ahead and just pull them straight up onto the share, but I'm not at the moment. So, look for UFO, USS Omaha. There's a couple of them. There's one, it looks like it's taken through some night vision goggles, and it shows these pyramid-shaped objects that are just kind of floating around, doing very weird maneuvers. There's also another one where they actually have a thermal camera off to one side, and this object you kind of see it creep into view. They're literally watching this in real time, and you can hear guys talking in the background. And it just starts descending into water, and it just literally goes straight into water, and it's gone.
Yeah, and that was my thing. That's my number one, is I think that they might be, underwater. So
yeah, from what I've found and on my own independent research, and I will just fully up front, I am not a member of any organization, group. I'm not with MUFON or anything like that. I completely just, as an enthusiast who kind of just wanted to get through all the BS and the woo-woo, I wanted to kind of do my own independent research. Yeah. And the more I've dug, the more I've come up with pretty much the same telltale signs across a number of different events that just seem very specifically odd. But one of the main common threads going all the way back to even Project Blue Book is that these are what they call transmedium craft. They can go from space to atmosphere to water literally without any sort of, delineation between the two. They can just, whoop, whoop, and done.
Wow.
Pretty famous case. There was a lady that actually talked to Lieutenant Commander David Fravor, who was the guy who saw the 2004 incident off the Nimitz, where at just a random get together or something like that, some lady came up to him and said, "Hey, I figured you might be be the person to hear this because this happened, and I'm sorry I don't have a copy of the original telegram, but my dad worked for the Navy and was basically tasked with researching strange appearances of phenomena, and it was in California, and they were apparently just watching these lights right around the same time every day at sunset just go from the sky, drop straight into the water, and then a couple minutes later go straight back up again." And I guess the dad had showed his daughter, this old lady now, the telegram, and said, "Yeah, we get hundreds of these every month." And then, they were just all swept under the rug because Project Blue Book.
Wow. Huh.
So this is not a new phenomenon. This has been going on for a very long time. And, well, if you've ever watched the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, there's a pretty good scene, in my opinion, where they're watching ATC, and several other pilots all see this very large UFO at one time, and then the ATC controller comes back and says, "Do you guys want to report a UFO?" And they're like, "No, I don't want to," because it was just, you had one UFO report ever in your career as a pilot up until about 2017. Yeah, you were done, grounded instantly. You would never fly again.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. Wow.
All right.
I mean, there's a lot to that, but
Sorry, I kind of took over your show there for a second. I apologize. I will mute myself while I get some more work done.
oh, it's fine. Hayden did it too, so it's normal. All right. So, anyways, back to the show here. So we have that actual footage that I think that I found. So we'll go ahead and play that. The swarm that he was talking about. And yeah, ATC is air traffic control. So this is about 46 seconds. So we'll play it in a comment.
OD, if you can write a general lat long where we're at, and then the number of contacts you got, get the course and speed meters off. You know what I mean? And relative position to us. The bearings might be helpful too. Eyes up. Eyes up.
SM2, maintain track and best you can.
Wow.
Track 781 just sped up to 46 knots, 50 knots, closing in. Oh, actually 38 knots.
That one's pretty much perfectly 000 relative, right?
Yeah.
263 at 3 miles.
Look at all the blips. Wow. Yes, I do. Right. So yeah, there's a ton of those out there from that boat. God, this one has so many ads, but it's great. Has so many videos as well. So, World UFO Day 2022. I didn't know that July 2nd was World UFO Day. Huh. So then you have one like, I'm not sharing the video, I know. Oh, I didn't want the whole, damn it. I didn't want the whole video. Apologize, boomer. So then you have other ones that are directly over, so we'll just share the image. So this is different ones over the Pacific. Then you have things like this that I more contribute to, given the source, they're over the South China Sea. So these are lights over the South China Sea. Now they look so perfect, but we all know that China's military isn't exactly. Oh, there's from the pineapple. Isn't that what I just played? Oh, no, that's not. Never mind. So I have more thoughts that this potentially could be actually China or some kind of military operation or some other tech, maybe even US tech that happens to be out there. But that's mostly regional and location based. So it is hard to speculate with stills. Oh. I didn't know if you wanted back on or
wrong button.
Oh,
yeah, I actually wanted back on. Yeah, I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went ahead and sent you the deck footage from the USS Omaha, which is that one that was taken on night vision goggles I've mentioned. Yeah. And then the other one is the thermal where the craft goes into the water. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, at your leisure, sir.
Yep. So here's another still, and again, Sweden technology could be Swedish technology. So here's another one, again, a still, but it's an odd looking shape. Like that's not a genuine aircraft shape, but it could be perception. It could be the angle too.
Oh, that's the gimbal footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that one on my first Edge of Reality stream.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one where it rotates. It's 120 knot winds from the west, and it's just staying stationary, then turns its belly towards its location.
Okay. Huh.
If you need links to those, I can get those too. Gimbal, Go Fast, the Nimitz incident. Yeah. Easy way to just say it is go watch my stream from, my first Edge of Reality stream, because I showed those 3 videos and we did talk about them. I went into depth, so that way I'm not hijacking Mighty's stream again.
Yeah, go check out Kaiser's stream. Good guy. And I know he knows a lot more about this kind of stuff than I do. So he's always a good resource to have. So I appreciate him dropping his private footage on the Mighty Meet. It's much appreciated. So, but I've accumulated a couple of them here, so we'll go through and watch a couple of these different ones. So. That's crazy. And it doesn't look like anything where I can directly tell what it is, you know?
This channel is part of the History Hits.
Oh, we don't want to do that. Oh. No, we don't want to watch a Hitler program today. So this is the spherical UFO shape going into the water that he referenced before. So, thought I had sound.
Took off. Booking it.
Break Omaha, pick me a kid, Rocco Pearl the passive ability to launch Hilo ASAP.
Splash you bearing read. Sure. You got 2 minutes, 3 months.
Keep going, bro.
So, you're making chance you can probably bring that 35 relatives. Sir.
Yeah.
You got a lot of white water up there, so 6 foot swells. Whoa, it's getting close.
See, and this is official footage from the military, so it's either incredibly doctored or it's 100% real.
Mark bearing and range.
That's crazy.
We have tackled.
Is this submarine surface scope? I don't believe so. I think it was too high of an altitude for it to be submarine surface. And here's another one.
Released this video that was taken by the U.S. Navy. He says that this is the best UFO video that has ever been released.
Thank you, Fox 11.
There are a lot more
Burbank.
questions than our answers.
Who are they? Where are they from? And what is their intent?
All questions that immediately come to mind with a mention of UFOs.
We are now at a tipping point. It is time to let the public know what is known. No matter how big or small, what is known about the UFO presence on planet Earth.
LA-based investigative filmmaker Jeremy Corbell recently released this video taken by the Navy, showing what he describes as pyramid-shaped UFOs flying over the USS Russell off the San Diego coast in July of 2019.
UFOs are real. They're flying with impunity within our restricted airspace. They represent an advanced and sophisticated technology. And it's a technology.
I think Jeremy Corbell always looks terrified, though, for the
scientific
record.
scrutiny and study.
The Pentagon has since confirmed that the video is authentic. It's part of a recent data dump by Corbell and investigative reporter George.
Now, that one's an odd one. So, I don't know if you remember at the beginning of the stream, I said, yeah, he does. But for good reason, he always looks terrified. Probably because if you're going to do documentaries like that, you're probably going to piss somebody off along the way. So, unfortunately, that's that's the case. This one's more like the one that I saw, but it was much longer. So I always think the triangle ones are crazy.
George Knapp. These pictures were taken by a pilot in March of 2019.
Just knowing how aerospace engineering works, pretty in depth. That's one of those things where triangles don't fly. They don't.
Apparently showing 3 different UFOs.
Maybe.
2 have since been dubbed the metallic blimp and the sphere. Corbell says these images from a Navy ship show a UFO seamlessly traveling through air and water.
The astonishing thing about it was its transmedium characteristic, meaning it was able to breach or penetrate the air to sea barrier without destruction. We don't have vehicles that can do that at high velocity, where it can go from flying to, into the water.
The goal is to expand the conversation about UFOs and demand transparency from the American government.
I don't know what it is we're seeing, but what I do know is that we should find out. And this is the role that the Department of Defense needs to play.
Is that one? Wow, that's weird looking.
The script has
I
flipped,
don't know it's a balloon,
and
but
people
that
are
one's
now
weird
taking
looking.
this seriously and eliminating the unnecessary ridicule that has stigmatized the UFO topic.
And we may get some answers very soon. The U.S. government actually set to release a report just on UFOs this upcoming June. Some people believe that it's going to show there have been a lot more sightings than have been made public in the past. Reporting live in El Segundo, Chelsea Edwards. Alex, Christine, back to you.
Chelsea, how are you not the lead story?
Yeah.
All this is true. So, do we know?
Gross. I don't want to hear their banter. So D-Linda over on Rumble. Venus and Mars are all right tonight. Also, D-Linda, Dazzer1234. I have questions, but I don't think Mighty Meat or Aussie can answer them. LOL. We could take a shot at it. Take a stab at it. Kaiser, I don't know. No. Kaiser's a no. He keeps popping back and forth. Just send me a private chat message if you want back in, so I stop flipping you back out. That's what I thought. That's why I was like, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I don't. He's working. Anyways, trying to. Yeah, I also thought so. That's why I was like, I'm good. We're gonna bring up the next one. So, all right. So there are a couple other ones. This one's one that absolutely fascinated me. I'm sure you guys remember this. Oumuamua. Just absolutely fascinating. Stop it. So many heads. First interstellar object, Oumuamua, could be an alien listening device. Harvard professor speculates. Now, this thing was crazy. So it came in. I don't know. I don't know why I'm Harry Potter. Interesting story. I cut my head open when I was a little kid, and I have a scar on the top of my head, and it kind of looks like the Harry Potter scar, same spot. But I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so. You never even heard chatter on this one? Wow, that's surprising. I can never freaking spell it. I wanted to show you the orbital track that it took. 'cause we thought it was an asteroid coming in, and then it wasn't. So here's the track it took, which is really unnatural for shut up. Oh, space is beautiful. You should. It's a long rock, probably just magnetic or something. Yeah, first intergalactic object we've ever tracked. I completely agree. So this is the track that it came in on, and it actually sped up as it kind of escaped. So it came in, it looked around, and it kind of slowed down, which was the opposite of what it probably should have done with a supermassive sun right there. So it's sped up in a weird way, leaving our solar system. So it's almost like it slowed down to take a peek and then took back off. There. Yeah, this is the track. It's a very unnatural track, and the turn was very quick. You know what I haven't seen today? Stevie. Where's my baby daddy? I got that close to the sun and didn't have his path altered. No, it didn't. And that's one of the... There he is. Hey, buddy. So no, it didn't have any orbital effect from the sun. The track actually ran it way out here from what we were projecting, and it just kind of slowed down around the inner solar system, and then zoop, it was gone. We're gonna go back to that one, Barb. So a 2-week observation, it says a 2-week observation arc had verified a strong hyperbolic trajectory. It has a hyperbolic excess velocity at infinity of 26.33 kilometers per second, which is about 58,000 miles per hour. Its speed relative to the sun when in interstellar space. By mid-November, astronomers were certain that it was an interstellar object. So, yeah, it was weird. It came in, slowed down. It was really odd. So we'll read a little bit more about this here. Harvard astrophysics professor suggests that a mysterious interstellar object, Oumuamua, could be linked to dozens of UAVs reported by U.S. military planes over the years. Oumuamua is considered the first known interstellar visitor to our solar system. Overlaw'd claimed that Oumuamua, first discovered in 2017, could be a listening device designed by an extraterrestrial intelligent civilization that's dropping sensors on foreign planets like Earth. So they think it's just dropping some sensors and listening and watching what we're doing. U.S. fighter planes noticed these sensors as unidentified flying objects. Professor Loeb's opinion piece came 2 days before the U.S. intelligence community confirmed over 140 such sightings over the past 2 decades. Yeah, Oumuamua was formally designated as one I don't know if that's L or I. So that's 2017 U1. I want to play Pokemon Go. To be fair, at the time I was stuck in Hong Kong. Well, before it was lost again. It's still surprising I didn't hear about this. I'm surprised you didn't hear about this either. This was really, really, really interesting. And yeah, it didn't have any ice, and it definitely, there was definitely some propulsion, and there was no propulsion systems or heat or, yeah, the highly anticipated intelligence report said that 18 of what the U.S. government calls unidentified. No, I didn't read that. Unidentified aerial phenomenon appeared to have unusual movements. These movements surprised those who saw them, like remaining stationary in high winds and moving with extreme speeds with no visible means of propulsion, like a muamua. The report said that most of the sightings between 2004 and 2021 could not be explained, but didn't rule out the possibility of alien spacecraft. Professor Loeb said there was no conclusive evidence for this claim and added that this was purely an imaginative line of reasoning. Writing in Scientific America, many or even most UAP might be natural phenomena. But even if one of them is extraterrestrial, might there be any possible link to a muamua? So yeah, there was no information, or it. They said it's cigar shaped, and this is from the European Southern Observatory. So first discovered in 2017. Because they're scientists and they're weird people. So it's a cigar shaped, and like he said, they assumed that there was ice on it, and the ice was melting and acting like a propulsive, almost like a rocket motor. What's up, Flux? But that didn't seem to be the case. It seems more likely to me that it was some kind of spacecraft. Now, why the spacecraft looks like a graphite rock, I'll never know. It looks both primitive and high-tech futuristic, all in the same thing. So maybe that's their aesthetic. Very interesting though, and came in, went out, and that's really when we started getting more and more information and more kind of the contact of the different alien civilizations. So, or alien reports. We'll do this one, and then we'll let Ozzy go into his news, since he's dying before he dies. Oh shoot, I have one more that I remember this one. We're gonna go through this one too, but we'll do this one after. I just wanted the facts. There we go. Assuming that other planetary systems resemble the solar system, pan-stars should not have discovered this or any other interstellar rock in the first place. Originated from a very special frame of reference, the so-called local standard of rest, which is defined by averaging the random motions of all the stars in the vicinity of the sun. Only one star in 500 is moving as slowly as a muamua in this time frame. So 1 in 500. Symmetry. I thought that one was an actual image, but I stand corrected. You want a link, Dance? Because I want to hear something from you about how you square this. Let me send you one, buddy. Yeah, I saw that, Steve. Damn it. So next one. Most interstellar asteroids are expected to be ripped away from the parent star when they lie in the outskirts of their birth planetary system, such as solar system's Oort cloud, which extends to 100,000 times the Earth-Sun separation. I'm trying to get to the... If Oumuamua came from a typical star, it must have been ejected with unusually large velocity kick. To make things more unusual, its kick should have been the equal and opposite of the velocity, Newton's laws of motions, of its parent star relative to the LSR, which is about 20 kilometers per second for a typical star like the sun. Oh, right here. We do not have a photo of Oumuamua, but its brightness, owing to reflected sunlight, varied by a factor of 10 as it rotated periodically every 8 hours. Extremely elongated shape, with its length at least 5 to 10 times larger than its projected width. Highest excitation state, so it was basically spinning. Spitzer Space Telescope did not detect any heat in the form of infrared radiation from Oumuamua. So it obviously didn't have a rocket engine or, anything. Given the certain temperature dictated by Oumuamua's trajectory near the sun, this sets an upper limit on its size of hundreds of meters. Damn, sorry. Based on the size limit, Oumuamua must be unusually shiny with a reflectance that is at least 10 times higher than that exhibited by solar system asteroids. And the last fun fact, the trajectory of Oumuamua deviated from that expected based on the sun's gravity alone. The deviation is small, 10%, but highly statistically significant. When you're talking about such a great distance, even that little bit can change it significantly. They do have photos, but it's just a dot. Okay. So that's about Oumuamua, or the cigar-shaped object. Dance, I assume you want in on this, but... Do you want in on this? Before we... What's up, Bobby? Good to see you, buddy. Hot dog. Hot diggity dog. Does anybody remember the TV show, the cartoon when I was growing up, Cat Dog? Anybody? Cat Dog. Oh, I was going to do a poll too. I meant to do that. Oh, I don't want to hear myself. So, yeah, Cat Dog. Cat Dog was so great, man. Just our imagination. Imagination. That's the best way to put that poll. There's a poll up in the community chat. Aliens or imagination? Speaking of the UFOs that we saw throughout. You scared me. I thought that was dance, and then you showed up. If one wanted to read about the classification process and their measurements and whatnot. Cat Dog was so great. I remember it. My daughter watched it all the time. Yeah. It was a daft cartoon. And I know what daft means because the next gentleman that's coming on taught me. If he's coming on, he's probably just going to act like he's coming on and then not. I could do that. You want me to? Here. I'll do it before we get too long. Or too far. All right, I'm going to redo the poll. Hang on, I'm working on it. Working on it, working on it. There, I added a fourth one too. There you go. No, you're fine, buddy. I'm just making fun of you. And it's just like that. What's up, Dance?
Hey, cheers. Thanks, buddy. Sorry, I was having some tech issues there.
No.
And while I stood on the bed, so I had to grab this headset and then set up this this laptop. But yeah, I took an interest in the Muamua back in 2017 when it was all going on.
Yeah, I mean, it was
strange.
Incredibly strange. I think even more strange is how there's not a hell of a lot of information on it. Like, I mean, there's a relative amount of information, but there's not. It's not pouring out like you would think. Oh, what? Oh, he left again. He'll be back. He'll get it figured out. I have faith in him. Yeah, there certainly could be. Apparently, Ozzy put this in under my name, so I'm now wondering what the hell else he put in under my name.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't actually realize that if I post something through the StreamYard chat, it posts as you. I can swear on my heart of hearts that is the only thing I've ever typed into chat on your behalf.
Okay. No worries. Let's see if that's Dance again. Oh, shit. Sorry. There you go. You got it figured out?
No. Can you hear me?
Yes. Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, this is weird. Sorry, this laptop is failing me. Now you're actually coming out of the speakers instead of my headset. And I don't know which microphone's picking me up, but as long as you can hear me, that's cool. How far did I get before it deleted me?
Not very far. You should probably just start over.
Okay, yeah. So I was just saying that with Muamua, it really what surprised me was the fact that it sort of accelerated a bit as it was leaving. And the picture you were looking at was kind of like an artist rendition, because obviously they have very limited data on it. You know, It's like looking for a black dot in a black room. You know, it was yeah, you know, what the imagery they'll actually have is not very good. But they knew it was kind of cigar shaped. I think later on it came out that it was probably a very kind of light kind of material, almost like a candy floss type of thing. If I remember what I read at the time, like it was just that everything about it was unusual. You know, everything about it was strange.
Yeah. Hang on one second. Have a good night,
Yeah.
Corbin Pope. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry, I just wanted to say bye. You're good. Go ahead.
Drawing a blank because my technology is failing me badly.
It happens.
It's just baffling. I think as well because we nearly missed it, didn't it? It was on its way in. It was only literally a few days before it was about to swoop around the sun that somebody spotted it, and so they were like telling all the other observatories and telescopes and stuff, so hey, check this out real quick before. You know, they tried to get as much data on it as they possibly could before it was out of range again.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really have a theory on this.
Well, and it's not like many people think, yeah, we can just turn around and look at it, and it's not like that. You have to reorient. I mean, there are huge processes for reorienting satellites and all that kind of stuff. So it's not something where you can just, oh, it's over to the right, let's look over there, you know. So
yeah, it's not like just like turning a pair of binoculars slightly across.
Right.
And as well, because these things are if it's sort of a small object, it's not like looking at the moon. I think what people don't realize as well, it's almost like little dots of pixels of an image. You know, I think most of the data they get on how something looks is actually not from visual, but from other detection of other instruments and things, and then they sort of build up a kind of like a bit like a CGI image of what it should look like based on the data we have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Like for example, like if you look at the moon, even with the most powerful telescope from sort of Earth, I think each individual pixel on a digital image would be, is it about a meter squared or a meter and a half squared or something? So, you know, for example, like the landing site for the moon landing type of thing, you wouldn't be able to see the flag, for example. And that kind of imagery comes from things that are closer, that are orbiting the moon, rather than telescopes from Earth. And that's a big object. So if you look something like Oumuamua, I don't know how big it was supposed to be. Was it a few hundred meters? I can't remember.
Well, they didn't even get an accurate measurement of it from the article we read. So they said it was about 10 times longer than it was wide, I believe. I just read the article. I should know this. But honestly, when you read a ton of articles, you never can be sure.
It was what kind of cigar shape? Maybe Bill Clinton looked at it the wrong way, and that's why it sped up on its way out.
That could very well be, yeah.
By the way, hey Dance, how you doing?
Hi Kaiser, nice to see you again.
You too.
Yeah, I'm finding it a bit hard to hear you guys, but that's my technology. It's instead of it coming out through my earpiece, it's coming out through the laptop. But it's kind of working. I can hear you.
Yeah, Richard, it absolutely is, and I apologize, but it's hard to keep up with. But if you have information, if you can either do one of two things. If you're in Discord, we actually have both the show notes and a science section in Discord, and you are welcome to post whatever papers you would like there. I read them because I'm a nerd, or you can send them to that email address, and I will be happy to take a look at them. I'm not terribly quick with email, but I will get back to you. Ask anybody who's ever emailed me.
Okay, so you know how so you know how early I think I haven't been able to catch up with everything, but you were talking about like the UFO stuff, like the military videos that have been released and verified that they are genuine and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got my own personal take on it, which I think I'll probably be in the minority about it, but I wouldn't see this as being things from like far, far away, you know, like aliens from another galaxy or something. I would see these as things that have always been close by, but more to do with the spiritual realm, like a different dimension, intersecting and interacting with ours, fallen angel type of thing. That's just my take on it. Yeah,
actually,
but I think because
yes,
it would
we're
just
not far off.
yeah, because I mean, basically, my opinion on anything to do with a supernatural thing, whether it be people thinking they see ghosts or UFOs, it's all for me deception. Anything that deceives people into thinking it's something else and taking them away from, say, biblical type theory of what these things are, then it's doing its job of deceiving people.
Right.
I mean, even if we go into the realms of, say, people who visit a medium and they say, oh yeah, my grandma, it was definitely my grandma they were communicating with because they said something to me which literally only me and that person knew. Now, that could technically be true, that only those people knew, but the spiritual realm may know all sorts of information that only two humans know between themselves. I think I'm butchering the way I'm saying this, but
no, I'm understanding what you're trying to get at.
It would deceive the person. It would deceive the person. They'd be thinking, well, yeah, that must have been the soul of my dead grandma, because nobody else would know that information. But a deceiving spirit would want you to think that. And yeah, I've gone off topic a little bit, but I think that the main thing I was talking about in terms of UFO alien type things, I think it's more likely something from a fifth or sixth dimension, you know, interacting, and that's why they don't seem to have the issues with our physics of whether it goes between space, atmosphere, water, you know, turns so quickly it seems impossible. Yeah, and I think I did that little video about that, about the dimension thing a while back. That's just my take on it, and I'm sure a lot of people would disagree, but that's just my take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let me kind of dive in a little bit on there. So, I actually do think that, I mean, because there are a lot of theories out there, I should say hypotheses, they're not actually theories, as to what these things truly are, like what they really are, and some of the information and research that's coming out, at least as far as like some very high level stuff, some very interesting cases have kind of come to light that lend credit to the idea that these could be interdimensional. But again, none of this is, you know, at all substantiated, but there are some very strange eyewitness accounts. There's also a pretty famous case in, you know, kind of the UFO community of, there was a caller that called in supposedly to the, you know, the radio show, you know, Coast to Coast AM, whenever Art Bell was doing it in 1997. And he sounded extremely exasperated. He was, you know, very freaked out. He said, you know, basically he had been let go from Area 51 only a few days before, and people were coming after him, and that he was trying to tell people that these are not, you know, creatures from another planet. These are interdimensional beings, and they have some kind of agenda. Now, what was really weird is that in all the years that show has been on the air, it was the only time where they suffered a massive equipment failure that took them down for a couple of days. They managed to get a backup system going to get back on the air, but yeah, even to like his dying day, Art Bell was like, that was one of the weirdest things that ever happened on the show. And he's talked to a lot of people, some of them credible, some of them not. And he's like, I don't know what was going on, but that to me seemed very credible, because it was, he said it was completely strange. In all the years that he'd been on the air and he had been around radio, I mean, the guy was a career, you know, lifelong radio guy, never had seen an entire channel taken off the air like that ever. And this guy, they couldn't get him back. They couldn't find him. And of course, nobody knows anything about that other than that incident. Is it possible that it was faked? I mean, absolutely could be a publicity stunt. But there were just, you listen to the terror in this man's voice, and it just seems scary real. Now, I kind of also differ in the idea that I think that this not only is potentially interdimensional, but I think there are possibly more extraterrestrial, like outside of our Earth in the galaxy, kind of other species. The thought process there, I mean, just kind of boils down to a lot of like the Drake equation. And I mean, every star in the sky that you see is a every star in the night sky that you see could potentially have, you know, planets orbiting it. How many of those possibly could be in the garden zone that have life on them? So, I mean, it is entirely possible that there are other intelligent, you know, life forms out there besides ourselves in the cosmos. And I think that to think that we're the only game in town, you know, it's kind of a boring prospect, if you ask me. But yeah, I think there might be more than one answer to the question. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't just discount it. You know,
Yeah.
like you say, it's the sheer numbers game, isn't it? If there's so many billions of galaxies and even more stars and planets, then there's potential for life. I mean, as to what, you know, how advanced it will be, whether it just be like bacteria type or, you know, or greater, it's that's the interesting thing. Nobody really knows. So I mean, obviously I've got certain biases because of my sort of Christian beliefs, but at the same time, I'm not gonna. Sorry, say again. I missed that. Sorry.
I was saying I'm right there with you. I'm actually, it's like I'm a practicing Christian too.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're on the same page there. But in terms of who Christ is, but yeah, as for whether there is actual sort of other life on other planets, I'm not going to be daft enough to say that I know either way. Really, you know, that's
right.
Yeah,
exactly.
and that's up to God, you know. But if there's ever a disclosure or if there's ever an appearance of so-called aliens, I'd be very wary because the Bible does tell us about stuff to do with fallen angels, particularly in Genesis 6, and I would think it was more likely to be deceiving spirits than actual aliens, like from another planet.
I agree. Yeah, I agree, and you know, I actually had some very strange experiences with the paranormal myself, like ghosts and that kind of thing. I've had some wild stuff happen in my life. I'm not gonna lie there. I had a chance to kind of talk a little bit about it last week, and there are forces out there that we just don't understand, and there are forces out there beyond our comprehension within our own sphere of influence, like within the energies of the earth and that kind of thing. I mean, it's really hard to, nobody's got the definitive answer one way or the other. Science is good and all, but it can only tell you so much. Religion is good and all, but it can only tell you so much. You know, we are dwarfed by the amount that we don't know compared to how much we know in the greater scheme of things.
Yeah, and I should say I watched your stream, by the way. I know it.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I watched on catch up. Yeah. So yeah, you sound like you had some pretty horrible sounding experiences. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, so when people have those kind of experiences, it's never usually good, is it? And this is why it kind of backs up, I suppose, a little bit my thing that it's bad spirits, or the Bible would call them unclean spirits. The kind of things that Jesus dealt with and cast out of people. And I think you said that when you went into sort of trying to investigate it a bit, you kind of, is it that you realized that it kind of freaked you out a bit, or it was bad stuff and you just thought we shouldn't be messing with this kind of thing? Did I get that right? You still there, Kaiser? Oh, hang on. I think. Oh, he's had to leave for a sec. And I think Mighty is also on a brief break. Okay, it's on me. Ooh, say all the bad words. Say all the naughty things.
I'm here.
Oh no, Ozzy's coming in to stop me. Hi, Ozzy. I was just about to say all the bad things, and then you both appeared.
We're back. So yeah, thank you. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, sorry. I had a question for Kaiser, but then he had to go for something, so I'll ask him when he comes back. But
You think
Yeah, I
you
don't know if
didn't
you
want to
could
answer your
hear what we
question?
were talking about while you were away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
No, not at all. No, we're kind of on the same page about it. Yeah. So yeah, and I know that my thoughts on this are sort of unconventional and makes me a lot of the times the weirdo. But it is what it is. I can't change what I believe because of my experience. And before anybody thinking in the audience might think that I'm like just some brainwashed Christian, actually none of my family are. I actually, but was brought up with my dad's an atheist. My mum doesn't really know what she believes, and just went through the whole school system being taught, millions of billions of years old and evolution and all that kind of stuff. And it was only in later life actually that I had an experience where that changed, and I came to faith and now believe that a lot of what I was taught was nonsense now.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm a bit unusual in that way, because I know a lot of Christians are usually because they've been brought up in a Christian household and that's all they've been taught, and so on and so forth. I'm one of those weird ones that came the other way and was just taught purely the scientific stuff, but then had my own experience which flipped it all on its head. But yeah, anyway, enough. I'm waffling.
No, you're totally fine.
I should let you crack on with what.
So I got this is an illustration, but I wanted to show how big our planet is and how big stuff is. So this is, I didn't catch if this is our sun or a sun, but this is called a transit, and they have citizen science. No, you're totally fine. They have citizen science projects where you can watch the light curve dip and classify light curves. Oh my god, I love classifying light curves. I can sit here for hours and do light curves, but it also because I'm a nerd. So we'll watch this. So this is the transit. This is a planet, and that's what we would see as a planet. Actually, I have a photograph that I took of Mercury transiting the sun, but I can't figure out where the hell I put it. And it makes that little dip in the brightness of the parent body, the star, and that's what we classify to see different light curves and stuff like that. So that's a transiting planet. That would be from our perspective just about the size of Mercury, although it didn't say which one. So
that's cool that you say you've got an image of Venus passing in front of the sun. That's cool.
Yeah. I wish I could.
But you can't find it.
I'll find it. It just might take me a while. I might post
a little
it.
while back on my shorts on my channel. I did there was like a bit of a solar eclipse, but only like a partial little bit of a one. And I managed to catch it by using the lens from my welding mask in front of my phone camera, and you could actually see a little chunk of the sun covered up by the moon. That was kind of cool.
That's really neat.
I forget how long ago that was, but it works really well. Just I've got like a cheap welding mask with like a little, I don't know, it's like a 3-inch little glass, like green kind of glass thing that you'd look through for arc welding. But you can look through it at the sun, and you can see the sun's just a perfect sort of greeny yellow circle through it.
That's cool.
So it comes in handy if there ever is like a solar eclipse or partial solar eclipse. You can just look through this little welding glass thing of it. It's really cool.
Wait, you have a welding mask?
Yeah. We have I don't know if you have them in the States. We have these shops over here called like Aldi and Lidl, where they sell like cheap groceries, but they also have really random stuff. Sometimes like, I don't know, camping equipment or whatever and stuff. So I went in one day to buy some food, and then I just came out with an arc welder because it was only like £30, which is what, I don't know, $40 or something. I was like, an arc welder with load of welding rods. I was like, I'm having that. I mean, don't get me wrong, my welding is terrible, but it's functional. It works. It just looks ugly, but
That's kind of cool though. I wouldn't have thought.
Bobby Belonga, saying the same. He used a welding mask to look at the last eclipse. Yeah, they work brilliantly. You can just look at the sun through them.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't wear a welding mask when I weld. But...
But you just
'Cause I'm
burn
too
your eyes and
cool.
get archive, do you? He's just like, I'll just take the pain for the next few days. Where am I?
You're gonna go blind doing that, buddy.
I'm way too cool for a welding mask.
I wasn't talking about the welding.
Oh, well, I know I'm way too cool. You're stroking my ego. What do you want, Kaiser?
Yeah, well, you know.
That's why you had to disappear off stream for a couple of minutes. That's what that was all about.
I know. We did say wife called. I didn't think he was talking about me, but
The
okay.
wife, she was getting the kid. They had just got done, so he's got a fever and whatnot. And I think he's got a bit of a cold. They say he doesn't have flu or COVID or anything like that. Thank God. So they're on their way home. So I'm gonna have to butt out of here because I'm gonna have to put him to bed while she goes to get the prescriptions. So don't know what's gonna happen. I should still be on time for my stream, but you know, I'll post updates if there's any changes there.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know because I was gonna run right into you. So
right. So again, I should still be on time. We should be all good.
Okay. Sounds good, buddy. Yeah, I love I'm a narcissist. I like my ego stroked.
Among other things.
Yeah, among so I found this picture and I'm not sharing it. You see this little dot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I see it. I'm more concerned about
That's a
that big
reflection.
giant blue pickaxe flying through the air.
Oh,
See
that's
that
an
big
arrow.
giant
I
blue
shot
thing that
an
looked like a
arrow.
pickaxe? Yeah, that's quite scary. The size of that thing.
Part 2.
I was trying to show people where it was at without being there, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just draw an arrow." So that's.
Oh, I know what
that's-
Umu was
That's
doing.
more than likely there's more than likely just a giant traffic direction for the aliens that are out there.
Yeah. I was showing them where we live.
Target here. Yeah. No, I know what Umu was doing. It was scanning for Mexicans.
I'm not playing that clip right now. Well, it's late enough. Yeah, probably late enough. Where the hell is it at?
It's over 2
Here we go.
hours. It's over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Scanning for Mexicans. Ah! We've got a Mexican!
I think that's Dance's favorite clip that I play.
No, I love the duck. The duck's great.
Oh,
You're
which
welcome
duck?
for the duck.
Fuck duck?
Oh,
or-
they're all great. I like the surprising.
I have a playlist of like 48 of those videos or something.
Yeah, I remember when
It
you
does.
first showed them to Mighty, and like the one with the big nuclear explosion as well.
Yeah, we need the explosion one. That's the one that we really need.
It's down. Paper on bread.
Ozzy came in here and he fixed all my shit, and I love him for it. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, to the great Ozzy Overlaw'd.
Fuck you.
and I will never play that again.
All right,
So
dudes,
you can
I gotta
fix-
jump real quick. I gotta go get in line, wait for the kid, and I will see you all at 8:30 Eastern, unless there are any changes, to which I will advise ahead of time.
Nazi fags.
Stay tuned for updates.
Have a good night, man.
right,
Hopefully
see you
everything's
in a
well.
minute.
So, all right,
Yeah,
bye.
all the best to the little one, mate. Yeah, go and get those meds.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it
All
sucks when
right.
little ones are ill.
Yeah, it's never fun. So, where? All day?
Oh, did you accidentally slip, or was that Ozzy doing that?
No, Ozzy's doing that.
All right. Do you know? It's kind of ironic. So he can fix all of your tech, but he can't fix his own.
That's what I'm saying.
But I did like when you were chastising him, saying, "Well, you're running things through like 13 different bits of software."
He does, and I don't understand.
It's like, dude, way overcomplicating this thing.
It's not that difficult, buddy.
Include copper salts, nickel salts,
I love Ricata's reaction on that one.
I know.
I like that he just doesn't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a plea. God damn it, Ozzy. I have a plea. We're at 389 subscribers. I would love to be at 390 before this stream ends. That's only one of y'all. I know there's one of you that haven't hit that button. Please hit that button. Make a meatwad happy.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at that line. Make a meatwad happy. He wants his
That's
happy
it.
ending. Yeah.
Just one.
It just doesn't sound right, no matter how you say it.
And now we're going to slide into absolute bullshit degeneracy because Ozzy's there. And we're going to go into some news, screw around a little bit. So this is the night show all in one, since I'm doing the day show and the night show all in one. So shit, I need a teaser to switch if I'm going to do it. Oh, this works right here.
Nazi fags.
That last one wasn't me. That was the great.
Yeah. I was going to say, you can't tell who's doing what, can you? But you can just take a guess.
Yeah, I played that, I think 2 nights ago on Balder. That man, just Jesus.
Just when you think he can't say anything stranger, he just comes up with more and more stuff.
We got bagels! Whoa!
And he's trying really hard for me to take that admin away. He's trying so hard at this point. But I'll never do it.
You're still not. I don't understand why. I've been doing everything I can to get you to take off. Just so I can bitch and moan about it, but you won't do it.
Nope.
You're trying to apply logic. I don't think Mighty works that way.
That's a good point.
Fuck you, Dance.
It's fine, because once he realizes that the Ricata fuck you video is gone, he'll probably take it away from you.
Oh, that was an epic rant. Was that when he was having to go about the ethics violation people that bought? Yeah, where they painted themselves into this stupid corner where they either try and sanction him for doxing allegedly, but then if they do, they dox the person. It's just a stupid.
Well, it's not only that. I mean, what they're actually arguing with him about is violating his First Amendment right to free speech, and he's absolutely right. No lawyer gives that up just because they become a lawyer. I'm sorry. If anything, we have greater protections in that regard because of client confidentiality and because of various other things. I don't have that. Like, we don't have the First Amendment, but I still, even here in Australia, have those protections. So why the fuck should another country where you actually have the First Amendment protecting free speech take that away from him?
Yeah, exactly. Because if you don't have that, it's like just because you're a lawyer, what it means that you can't have an opinion at the dining table with your family, because it's stupid. You don't lose your First Amendment rights if you're not acting as a lawyer at the time. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. That client, was it confidentiality privilege thing is kind of cool. Maybe I should spot you $5 Aussie or something, just so that we can talk about whatever, and you can't tell anybody.
This is what I thought when you took away my stuff.
No! No! No!
I played it one time. I didn't overuse it.
No, but you okay, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but did he not literally say on camera, and I'm never going to play that again?
Yeah, but it'd be nice to have it. Just in case.
Glass in case of emergency.
Right. What the fuck is even happening right now? Stevie, we are done with the alien UFO section, and we're going to hit on some of the news before we toss everybody over to the Great Kaiser Pineapple at 8:30, who's discussing, he's doing his real review number 2. So talking about movies, and I forget. I also made a plea for one more subscriber, and I got it.
You got it.
I love you guys.
We got him.
So awesome.
So,
now we
how long are we? How long are we got to vamp until Kaiser's good to go? What time is it?
45 minutes.
45 fucking minutes? Oh, Jesus.
Well,
Yep.
you could tell me your thoughts on my sound wave conveyor belt invention. Although I'm guessing you probably haven't watched it yet.
I told you, everybody needs a fuck you from Makeda. Every once in a while. That's what we're doing, buddy. That's why it's up. So I watched it, but I watched it while I was streaming, so I didn't get much from it. Just gonna be honest. So I will go through it and take notes later tonight.
I'm amazed you even tried that. I mean, I can barely even keep an eye on the chat whilst streaming.
Oh, I'm always I'm one of those people that bounces between 300 million different things. Like, I'm listening to stuff right now, so
I find that it actually helps with the ADHD to have multiple streams going and then jump between and focus on things.
Yeah, yep, for sure. That's how I always have this information. Well, that and my incredible chat, but because I'm always watching something. Well, let's get stuck into it then, shall we? All right, so breaking. 2 planes have collided and crashed into a lake, Winter Haven, Florida. 2 planes have collided and crashed into a lake over Lake Hardigan in Winter Haven, not far from Winter Haven Regional Airport, Florida. Officials have not said how many people were aboard the planes, but they are reporting 1 person has died from the deadly crash. I would hope somebody died if it was a deadly crash. The FAA is currently investigating. Don't me. Like, it's not a deadly crash.
At them, not you.
So let me guess, this is going to be another 9/11 investigator person, or somebody on their way to investigate the chemicals in Ohio.
Potentially.
Oh, possibly.
So it's a pretty nondescript video. It's just kind of
hang on, only 1 person died though, yeah, and there were 2 aircraft. So
that's what it said. Yeah, so far.
Okay, I mean, yeah, obviously, rest in peace for the one, but that sounds like it could have gone a lot worse. So there's obviously been a few people survived that, thankfully.
Absolutely. I think that there also was, holy shit. Oh my.
What's happened now?
Some more J6 shit.
Oh, yeah, that does not surprise me. I was watching some of that earlier. That really paints the whole thing in a different light, not going to lie.
And Elon's tweet
brilliant...
is
priceless. I watched Elon's tweet. Yeah.
Do you want us to remove this video, Senator Schumer?
There was a brilliant meme, right? There was a brilliant meme saying, I think the text said something like, when you arrive at the Capitol building wearing this, was it face paint and horns or something? And then it was the scene from the end of Titanic where everyone's welcoming and clapping and like leading you through. It was, I can't really describe it very well, but it was a great meme.
No, I hear you, buddy. Like, brain only has so much memory, so much RAM, so much capacity. Don't fly in the U.S. Current ATC stuff is imploding everywhere. Of course it is. But so this is a voiceover. I don't know what it. We'll just listen. Is it?
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the U.S. Capitol building. If you've joined us today for the insurrection, please make sure you pick up a promotional leaflet on the way in. Stay inside the safety cordons at all times. And if you get lost, speak to one of our Capitol Police officers. They'll be sure to point you in the right direction.
On the one hand, it's like, I get it, the cops were being...
And be sure to set aside a little time today to join us for some insurrection activities, including our photography tour, our fancy dress competition, and have a go on our climbing wall. But don't forget those safety ropes. And I've now received the results of our fancy dress competition. The winner today is Jacob Chansley. That's Mr. Jacob Chansley. If you could report to your nearest Capitol Police officer, they'll be sure to give you your prize, a guided tour of the building.
They're just walking him around.
And all that's left is for me to thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the insurrection. Wherever possible, please try to clean up after yourselves. Don't forget to visit the souvenir shop on the way out. And feel free to join us on the outdoor terrace for Nancy Pelosi's Insurrection Soiree. Grab yourself a light refreshment and enjoy the music of our very own fancy dress competition winner.
Jesus Christ.
And he even said a prayer for the cops when he got in there.
I mean, it is hard to sell me that that's an insurrection.
Yeah.
You know what else is also hard to sell me? That Andrew Branca is not fucking fire. So, the guy's name is Slim. I've been a CCLO instructor for 13 years. I teach self-defense classes, blah, blah, blah. There isn't much about guns. Anyone can teach me. When I say civilians don't need weapons of war, you can believe it. Branca also won every fight he ever had with a buffet.
Oh, come on. No, I'm going to call issue with Branca on this one.
Okay.
Like, seriously, the man had legitimate credentials there to be saying what he said. Now, I'm not saying what he said is right, but Andrew, seriously, your best thing there was to take shot at the fact that he's overweight? Dude, you're a lawyer. I expect a higher quality of insult from you. Come on. I mean,
It is a cheap shot.
The guy's got a fucking deer on his shirt, and he's got a fucking magazineless handgun in his hand. Surely you could have come up with something more entertaining.
Well, like, what he should have picked
up that deer ate a fat guy or something like that. I mean, come
on. What he should have picked on is the fact that the guy's got his really bad trigger discipline because he's got his finger on the trigger.
Yeah. He does. Yeah, that's true.
This is true.
Wow.
I mean, I can't get off this couch, or oh dear, where's my sandwich? Like,
there's a lot of deer jokes. But yeah, I mean, I'm a Brit, and even I know you shouldn't have that finger on that trigger because there's no magazine. They could still be around in the chamber.
Absolutely. Always treat guns as if they're loaded.
Yep. Unless
Branca's
you're
funny, it's okay.
I've forgotten his name. I always forget his name. Alec Baldwin.
My issue is Branca's usually on fire. Like, I genuinely feel like he could have done better.
I thought it was funny, but I was looking for. Don't you have a couple articles, buddy?
Oh, I'm sure I can find something to stir up the masses. Give me a second.
No, I just thought you did. If you don't,
no,
that's fine too.
I was, like I said, I was doing research for Kinky Corner, so get this, okay? So there's I'm doing a couple of articles this week because there is a whole thing now about the whole like topless cleaners or lingerie cleaners and all that sort of stuff. So I was doing a little bit of research, and I found Kinky Cleaners here in Melbourne. One of the things that they advocate on is that they have over 30 years cleaning experience. I'm not sure that's something you want to advertise when you're walking around in lingerie scrubbing floors.
Ugh. Kinky Cleaners.
I'm hoping they mean as a company rather than an individual. Otherwise, they're going to be getting on in gears a little bit.
Exactly. Like, phrasing, people. Phrasing. Okay. So.
Hang on. I got one more before you get in. Oh, go ahead. Get into it. And then we can go.
Right. There you go. Go for it.
Sorry. Breaking large fire breaks out in a multi-story oil rig with hazardous materials burning in Mobile, Alabama. Currently, multiple firefighters, accompanied by several other companies, are battling a large fire that has erupted at an oil rig situated on the east side of Mobile, Alabama River. The towering oil rig structure was found to have housed a substantial quantity of diesel, hydraulic fluid, and oil. God, I can't read. With an additional potential hazards on board. The authorities have reported that the origin of the fire remains unknown at this time. I can guess. It almost looks like an aircraft fell into it. No, I guess that's just a rig. It's just a big-ass oil rig.
Was a Chinese balloon seen floating away just shortly after?
No, but a Chinese missile was in the area.
Right.
Either that or Bill Gates with a Zippo.
So there's another one, ladies and gentlemen, to add to your... Sorry, I wanted to get to it before fucking XCOMer threw it in chat, so...
Wanted to be the first tour for once?
Yeah.
I was kind of interested in something somebody in chat said about was it the air traffic control systems going down? Because didn't that happen recently?
They're just bad right now. Like, all right, there you go. You're good now.
There's definitely some shit going on though, because you cannot convince me that what happened in Sydney yesterday was not some sort of an attack. I'm sorry, the entire railway network for the entire city going down simultaneously, that's not a glitch because they have fail-safes upon fail-safes. Because so in Sydney, public transport, you've got your trains, your buses, or you catch a fucking cab. I guarantee there were people that slept in their offices last night because they would not have been able to get home.
I lied. I have one more, buddy.
Oh, you did find it.
Unfortunately.
No, that's
Breaking.
fine.
Multiple people injured following a cargo train derailment in Sandstone, West Virginia. This is probably about 2 hours away from the previous derailment, if I had to guess. Multiple emergency crews are on scene at the site of a train derailment in Sandstone, West Virginia. After a train derailed, causing 3 train workers to be injured, the accident sent at least 1 locomotive and 1 fuel tank into the New River, but all 109 train cars were empty. Officials say a rock slide was the cause of the derailment. I doubt it.
I've noticed when you've got these stories about the train derailments, they never actually say like if the driver was okay. You know?
Yeah.
Never mentioned.
Look at that shit.
That's pretty bad.
Wow. I don't see it like a traditional rock slide though.
No. Actually, can you go back like slightly in that?
Yeah. How far? You want to go back? Oh, we
that's
can.
plenty.
Shit, sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just looking at the. I'm trying to see.
Like your rock slide would have been right here. I guess there's something there.
Slightly
But...
before. I don't get it.
But I don't know if that's post or pre, you know.
Well, if you wanted to do this, if somebody wanted to do this, tiny explosive underneath the rock causes rock slide, and then they can say, "Oh no, it wasn't. It was
right.
It was just natural that it was a rock slide."
Exactly.
I mean, that's just a conspiracy theory, but that's how my brain works. I was just thinking of if you were gonna try and make it look more natural, well, how could you do it?
Here's a couple updated photos as well. So there's that one. There's that one of the engine.
Yeah, so what about the driver? Why do they never tell us if they're okay?
And it seems like a pretty intense fire, too. Melting a frickin' train. Like, I don't know, man. This is CSX, not Norfolk.
Oh, really?
Yeah. CSX is up by me. See, train derailments, blah, blah, blah. See, this is what concerns me is people trying to defend it. On average 3 a day. Not all 1,000 train derailments are like this, though. A train derailment could be a truck came off the tracks. One truck out of a huge one. So, melting metal is an accomplishment.
I blame Mr. Glass. He was trying to find out Bruce Willis's superpower.
Turn up your volume. You're hard to hear. Oh, is this
Yeah,
hard to
sorry.
hear?
I had it turned down for the trial stream.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so it's not me. Perfect. So that's all I have. Hopefully, sorry.
Well, continuing on with the space theme. Huge 160-foot asteroid may smash into Earth on Valentine's Day in 2046, ruining everyone's romantic plans. An asteroid could hit Earth on Valentine's Day 2046, putting a dampener on romantic plans around the world. The space rock, named 2023 DW, has been observed by astronomers who predict it may impact Earth on February 14. 2023 DW was first discovered in Chile. Do you guys say Chile or Chile?
The other one, Chile.
At the end of February, and is predicted to have a 1 in 560 chance of hitting Earth. NASA said we've been tracking the new asteroid named 2023 DW that has a very small chance of impacting the Earth in 2046. Often when new objects are first discovered, it takes several weeks of data to reduce the uncertainties and adequately predict their orbits years into the future. Orbit analysts will continue to monitor the asteroid and update predictions as more data comes in. The space agency said that the asteroid has an average diameter of 49 meters and is currently 0.12 astronomical units, or 11 billion miles from Earth. Fan-friggin-tastic.
So this reminds me of something else. Don't worry about 2040 odd whatever, because there's an asteroid called Apophis, which might actually potentially hit us in 2029. So
we may not have to worry about it.
Yeah. Actually, we were playing with on one of my streams an asteroid tracking, and of course, Xcomer took that and did his own thing with it, and found that Apophis was going to hit us in 29. So.
Yeah, I think it's 13th of April 2029. Because initially they gave out some data about it, where it would be so close, it would be sort of like within sort of satellite range. You could hit some of the satellites. Then they suddenly scrubbed that information, apparently, allegedly, and then came back and said, "Oh no, we've refined the tracking, and it's fine, it's safe, it's going to miss." And I'm thinking, yeah, are you trying to cover up? But
right.
I mean, again, I've got my bias because I personally think that the last sort of 7 years depicted in Revelation could potentially be 2024 to 2031, and if it is, Apophis could be linked to trumpet judgments in the Book of Revelation. But again, that's just my personal thingy. I'm just keeping a keen eye on it because the timing kind of fits. But it might not be at all. It could be all stuff for hundreds of years in the future, and Apophis might go sailing past us quite safely. But it'll be interesting to see, because either way, it's going to get pretty close, so that we should get some good observations of it when it comes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to hit us.
Probably,
yeah. Look, without luck, I mean, 1 in 500. That's, you know.
I've looked at the track after he found it, and it's going to hit us. Space junk is a bigger issue for us. Actually, there's some companies that are tackling that. So, but yeah, space junk is a huge issue. One minor fuck up, and the whole system's going to come down. So.
Oh yeah, did you see when I think it was probably about 2017 or something, when the Chinese decided to just use one of their old satellites for target practice with an anti-satellite missile?
Oh yeah.
Everyone was like, no, don't do that, because of the is it called the Kessler effect? The one that gravity's based on, the movie Gravity. Yeah. And they just did it anyway, didn't they? So and everyone's like, no, don't, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, so who knows what kind of a mess they've made with bits of shrapnel up there everywhere.
Well, what can I say? There's just a hell of a lot of data out there that shows that eventually the Earth's going to get hit by something. So I trust the data, Dazza. Okay.
Not Dart.
I wondered why you were saying it like that. It's because of Dazza. Comment. Sorry. I'm a little bit behind. I'm just catching up.
Data.
Yes. Fuck off. Okay. I don't really care how you guys pronounce it. Mum
Can we strike a nerve there?
Mum fumes as postman keeps peeing next to the family's postbox and won't stop. A furious mum claims that her postman keeps weeing next to the family's postbox and refuses to stop. The parent says that she understands the employee might have limited choices when he's on the road, but wishes he'd at least move out of sight of her children. Wall. She also raised concerns that the worker in question had no such success. As such, she now wondered if she has reason to make a complaint. Posting to Mumsnet to ask for advice, the parent wrote, "The letterbox is outside our gate to keep the dog away from any deliveries." She added, "Posties have done this several times and even in front of one of our kids. I think this is why I'm being sensitive to it." No shit! You think? Unfortunately, it sounds like the family might struggle to come to an amicable solution without outside help. This morning, I have asked him nicely to at least go further down away from the postbox so I don't need to see his dick. And he shouted back that he can go where he likes, the mum's post explained. We've asked him several times to please at least move away from the box as there is a big field/woods further along our road. But I also get that they need to be doing their job and posties can't exactly have toilet accessibility when out and about. So go behind a fucking bush, you Neanderthal.
Right. Holy shit.
However, commenters have had little sympathy for the employee after hearing the mum's side of the story. That's rotten, particularly doing it where the kids can see. I think under those circumstances I would complain, yes, said one person. A second replied, disgusting, yes, complain. Meanwhile, someone else commented, definitely complain. Why do they bother throwing in 3? I don't think it fucking matters if everyone is already agreeing with them.
Right.
Why is he pissing on a mailbox? Apparently, I can only assume that he has nowhere better to go. Maybe he's just got it out for her. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, it's definitely indecent exposure. Yes. At best, it's somebody with a complete disregard for others. At worst, it's a bit sinister, and he's perhaps slightly enjoying it. Definitely report, why are people so weird? It's a damn good question. So there's 2 other things about UFOs apparently coming out today.
I unfortunately have 2 more too. And let me end this poll because I forgot about it.
Fair enough.
So let's see what the poll results are. Does the poll come into StreamYard?
No.
No? Shit. Okay. Apparently it doesn't show up here either. Okay. So what are these UFOs most likely to be? 46% of you selected aliens. 30% think it's human advanced tech. 16% think it's our government trying to trick us. And 6% think it's our imagination. So that's how that broke down.
Should have had drugs in there too.
Well, I couldn't add more.
Yeah, I know. It's really stupid that they limit us to 4 options. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I know. I hate it. But let me hit these because these are quick hitters. And then
yeah, go for it.
So this one is yesterday, but firefighters are battling... Shit, I didn't share it. Firefighters are battling a huge scrap metal fire in Charlotte, North Carolina. Multiple firefighters are battling a large scrap yard fire. Jesus. In West Charlotte, North Carolina, as heavy smoke is being reported throughout the Charlotte area. So far, the exact cause on how it started is under investigation. Officials are warning people to close windows as the smoke can be toxic.
I'm starting to think it would be, I'm starting to think it would be easier to just log the areas that aren't on fire at this point.
Especially in America. Apparently that's from the Charlotte airport. It's probably really loud because I hear it really loud. So, toxic fumes. Fantastic. What the fuck?
Going on? It's because of this one.
Oh, okay.
Tweety, to answer your question, yes. The difficulty is holding it in until you can get the handstand just right.
Yeah, and then it just sprays all over the place, and then your wife's really pissed because you peed on the wall.
Yeah.
It's bad. So that's Colorado or North Carolina. Excuse me, I read a message. You know what I mean. This is emergency crews are responding to a train derailment. I can't even fucking read anymore. This was yesterday, late yesterday. Multiple emergency crews have been dispatched to the site of a train derailment in Verdidas, Oklahoma this evening. Officials say the incident has been contained. According to officials, the cars that derailed were empty and did not contain any hazmat. The train derailment is still under investigation.
The video on this one just looks like Thomas the Tank Engine's discovered alcohol.
And they say British humor sucks. I think it's funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, they lost a truck. Wow. Huh. Damn. Back to back. That's odd too.
I love the way it's kind of dancing to the music.
I was going to say, it's like one of those cars that's just like bouncing to the beat.
Dude.
Holy shit.
Totally disconnected from the train.
I didn't hear about this one yesterday either. It just keeps fucking going. Firefighters are battling a massive fire at Hampton University with multiple people reportedly trapped inside. Currently, firefighters are battling a large fire at the Hampton University campus, which is private, historically black research university in Hampton, Virginia. I don't know why I said black like that. With reports of multiple people, possibly college students, reportedly trapped inside the elevator. I didn't hear shit about that. Did you?
No.
Oh, man, that would be the worst, being stuck in an elevator while there's a fire going on in the building.
Oh my god.
There's a
Being
reason you're
stuck in
supposed
an
to use
elevator
the
ever.
elevators.
Right. Yeah, it looked like something on the crossing the road was bad. Like, what is going on, man? With all this is crazy. Insane. Just fire after fire after big fire. So there was an update to it too. Fire officials are reporting that no one is trapped inside the building or the elevators, and everyone made it out safely with no injuries. At this moment, they're still battling the large fire as smoke can be seen for miles away. Back to you, Ozzy.
Well, thank you. Thank you, matey. And we're going to pass over to some footage of a police officer forgetting to turn off her body cam before stealing during an eviction.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Put him in my shirt. Hey, Campbell. Hold on.
Oh, we got some cocaine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you got some cocaine.
Too.
This can go in here. You set that box right. You set that on that dresser.
What's this?
A box.
Back to you in the studio, Marty.
All right, Ozzy. Thank you, sir. Dance, did you bring anything to share with class, or are you just fucking freeloading here?
Well, if I try and share anything on this old laptop, it'll just crash. So I'm freeloading, dude. I'm not on my main computer.
This one was 2 days ago, but I think it deserves more attention because it's multiple people injured and with one fatally by hazardous materials found inside a vehicle. A deadly incident has occurred in Midtown East Manhattan involving a hazardous material that is yet to be identified. One person has died and 4 others have been injured, including 2 NYPD officers. an emergency responder and an emergency responder. Hazmat experts and firefighters are on site to make entry to the potentially dangerous vehicle and have blocked the area off from the public. It looks pretty nasty, though. Like,
I suppose I've got I guess a theory.
Well, this just in. We do have some footage of a police officer attempting to coerce someone into handing over their ID for basically just lawfully walking down the street.
oh, that's always nice.
I don't need to provide that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
If I'm asking you who you are and why you're videotaping our facility, you have to provide me with some kind of identification. So you have
To require identification under the law, you need to be able to articulate a crime that I'm about to commit or I have committed.
Okay. You're going around, you're videotaping our state police facility for no apparent reason, and if I'm asking you who you are, you have to provide me with identification.
I don't have to,
it's
no.
just like anything else.
No, it's not.
Yes, you do.
Nope.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
In fact, your public information officer already has dealt with this here, and so has a few other officers. So
I don't care who's dealt with it. I'm asking you for identification because I want to know who you are right now.
Well,
and I want to know what your reason is for videotaping our facility.
Well, first of all, Supreme Court has covered that filming out in public is perfectly legal.
I don't care what the
and that is
Supreme
not a
Court-
suspicion of crime. So therefore, you have no suspicion of crime.
I don't care what the Supreme
You can
Court
cite
says.
whatever you want.
Right.
Why are you videotaping? That's what I'm asking right now.
I don't have to answer that.
Well, I want to see a form of identification, identifying who you are, why you're outside my facility right now videotaping us.
I don't have to provide that either.
Why not? Why do you feel that you do not have to perform any form of
Because that's the
identification?
law.
No, it's not. If
Yes,
you're
it
out
is.
here,
Not only is it the law, this dude's supervisor is about to get involved.
and I want to know why you're videotaping our facility, and you have to provide me some form of identification. You just can't come and walk away anytime you want and just come up with your things and fly them over our lot. I want to know who you are and why you're videotaping this right now.
You probably want to get a supervisor or somebody higher up,
Sure, here's my sergeant. He's coming out right now.
and he'll tell you.
Okay, no problem. Hey, Len. He was flying the drone out in front, videotaping. All I'm doing is asking for a form of identification so we can identify who he is. He's refusing.
Go through first charges, not a problem. Not a problem.
He can videotape as much as he wants. We don't have to get any form of identification.
He can videotape, not a problem.
All right.
So you were wrong?
Huh?
You were wrong?
According to my sergeant, yes, I was.
So you learned something today. That's good.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'm pretty drunk.
Excellent.
What a dick.
The bit that got me was when he said, "I don't care about the Supreme Court." I was like, "Wow."
Right.
You hear me?
I can hear you.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Right now with the drones, there's a lot of I said, sorry for the inconvenience. Right now with the drones, there's a lot of, I guess you could say, I wouldn't say misinformation, but it's an area that we're not used to dealing with. All right.
Well, that's apparent. I've dealt with your troopers already
Yeah,
on this.
I'm sure you have it. Not a problem. That's why I came out here. I saw that he was talking to you. So
You probably should educate them a little bit more on it. It's going to be a more,
It's kind of an area that's new to everybody, and until they have legislation on it.
which there is none.
Right. So sorry for the inconvenience. Okay.
Alrighty, have a good one.
What's wrong with some of these officers? Harper. Sorry, I'm stealing your thunder back. What's wrong is there's been so much shit that happened, and all the good cops retired or took different career choices. The guy talking included. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it for the people that are worth being cops to be there anymore. You might lose your life. You might spend the rest of your life in prison. Like, it's just the benefit isn't there anymore. It hasn't been for a long time. So you get all the shit and none of the good.
Yeah, that's supervisor was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's obviously the younger ones. A lot of them, I guess, don't know the actual laws, but they act as if they do, and that's the arrogance of it. Where they're like, "You have to provide me this." Like, no, But even when the guy's citing the law, they just don't listen. They, you know.
Nope. I have a great one. I have such a great story. You ready for this?
Yep. Go ahead.
Spain decriminalizes sex acts with animals as long as no physical injury occurs. This is the most advertised site I've ever seen in my entire life. But we're going to read it. On Thursday, the Spanish Parliament approved a new animal welfare law that decriminalizes bestiality so long as the creature does not receive an injury that requires veterinary treatment.
Can I interrupt?
Yes, sir.
Ozzy has just left, so he's obviously gone to buy a plane ticket to Spain. Sorry, Ozzy. He's going to yeet you in a second.
Yep. I also wish it was a joke, but this is 100% true. And yeah, Darren Wilson, life ruined. And yeah, he's not in prison, but life is still ruined. According to Mamotoro, bestiality will no longer be considered a criminal offense if there are no injuries to the animal. This is established by the new penal code, through the animal welfare law promoted by Minister Lone Balera that was approved in Congress on February 9th. I can't even begin. Lone Balera Ortega, Spain's Minister of Social Rights and 2030 Agenda 2030. Anyone? Oh, it all makes sense. Supported laws passing. Bestiality was previously illegal with 337.1 of the Penal Code stating he will be punished with 3 months and 1 day to 1 year in prison and special disqualification from 1 year and 1 day to 3 years for the exercise of profession, trade, or trade that is related to animals, for the possession of animals, the one who by any means or procedure mistreats unjustifiably, causing injuries that seriously impair the health or subject them to sexual exploitation, a domestic or tamed animal, an animal that is usually domesticated, an animal that temporarily or permanently lives under human control, or any animal that does not live in the wild. The new law reforms Penal Code and deletes the Article 337, removing the sexually exploitation of animals language from the code. The new reform on Title XVI states it will be punished with a prison sentence of 3 to 18 months or a fine of 6 to 12 months. That almost makes sense. And with the penalty of special disqualification from 1 to 5 years for the exercise of a profession, trade, or trade that's related to animals, for the animal possession is one that outside legally regulated activities and by means of procedure, including acts of sexual nature, causes the animal as domesticated, tamed, domesticated, or lives temporarily or permanently under human control, an injury that requires veterinary treatment to the restoration of its health. Yep. And that's the qualifying change is the sex act with the animal causes the creature to need treatment at the vet.
That's messed up.
Yep. If you had, I don't know.
Can you imagine though, like, you know, these government workers and they're going to work and they think, right, what am I going to work on today? We're going to look at legislation to do with traffic and the infrastructure of the roads, or are we going to look at such and such, education, whatever? And they're like, no, I've got a good idea. These laws about, you know, not being able to shag animals, maybe we should have a crack at those. Maybe they're a bit too harsh, hey? I just don't get it. It's just so weird.
breaking news. 9 more boxes of Biden's classified docs found in Boston. We're not watching Batman.
And just to
wasn't gonna
clarify,
say it,
are these ones from when he was VP rather than now? Because he doesn't have that right, does he?
No, he did not have that right at the time. I'm trying to look for it, but I'm not. I'm also not trying to.
Oh yeah, you know when they raided Mar-a-Lago, it would have been such a great troll if Trump had just switched out all the documents for just pictures of Hunter Biden from his laptop. So when they raid it, or they should just like that would have been great. But
that's awesome.
It's just I just can't stand the whole what's the word, the double standards of everything, you know. Yeah, like for example, what was the recent thing where they said when Trump said it, they were like, "Oh, that's racist," and then when Biden does it, they're all fine with it. We were talking about it the other day. What was it?
TikTok.
Yes, TikTok. Yeah, exactly. It's just also, you know, two-tier doubles. I can't. That's the kind of stuff that winds me up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, what the hell? Like, we have to start taking it seriously. And sorry, I'm reading too, and it's
sorry. I might actually have to go to bed in a minute because.
It's late for you. I forgot.
It's 1:22, which isn't too bad, but yeah, I keep doing this to myself. My kids don't care. Then my youngest will be up early in the morning as usual.
Yeah, you know, it happens. But all right, buddy. Well, thank you so much for jumping on with me. I'm gonna try and contact the lovely Kaiser Pineapple because he has a film review tonight, and I am about to head off as well. So.
Yeah, and I hope his kid's okay.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
So say hi when you see Kaiser. Say hi from me.
Absolutely, will do. You wanna grift real quick? Did you gain your subs back before you go? I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's weird. It's really weird how like it just fluctuates so much. I don't know if it's people messing with me or what, or whether it's just because like. Some of my subs have followed like 10 years ago, and they eventually notice I've put a video and like, why am I following this guy? And just yeet me. I don't know.
Yeah,
but no, I'm not gonna shill anything or anything. But all I say is when you get a chance, obviously have a little look at the video about the sound wave movement device thing, and see what you think.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna throw that in the. Since you won't chill it yourself, I'll just throw it in. This is his new video that I'm supposed to go watch, which I will at some point, and take notes and try and figure it out.
I'm relying on you for the physics analysis, because you know the star in the jar thing. That was just a little bubble suspended in water, but they didn't explain how it was suspended in water. They didn't explain whether. Because my invention thing relies on like say almost like little balloon things with either air or gas with like a rubber or some kind of flexible membrane that would be able to expand.
Right.
And I don't know if it would work like if the sound waves are hitting that, whether it would still have the same effect and expand or not. These are kind of some of the unknown things that I don't know from a physics point of view where you might know if it would work. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll go through it for sure.
Or we could go and pester that guy from LA. The guy in the video, we could look him up.
Yeah, why not? I'll
dude,
go.
I want some answers, dude. Yeah.
But
cool.
All right. Well, thanks for jumping on with me, buddy. I appreciate it. And you have a good night. So.
Yeah, you have a great night as well. Bye everyone, bye chat. And yep, I'll catch you all later. Bye.
All right. Ladies, that was Dance Biker Dance. Good friend of the show. Good friend of mine. Doing some good stuff over there with the science. The real science, not the toy science. Not the soy science.
Fucking actually talking.
Are you leaving again? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got my answer. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I am trying to.
Today, Junior.
I got that one though, I guess. So I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm trying to bring in Hottie of the Day because Ozzy moved my stuff around, which is good because it needed to be. And this one sucks, but. Oh, okay. I feel like there's a birth defects from pretty good reason. It's rapid in Pakistan population in the UK. Are you talking about oh, you're talking about incest? I mean, if you guys want to talk about it, geez, I mean, I will happily do a show on it.
I was gonna say, do we have to do that right now?
Well, no, like I'm not gonna do it right now. We're gonna do a show on it eventually. So I got a couple more things. I got Hottie of the Day. I got before you leave, you gotta watch this video, guys. Before you go. Hang on. This is our country. The greatest nation in the world.
Jesus Christ, is that old guy helping him down the hallway?
That's Chuck Schumer. That's the Democratic Senate majority. And absolutely, he almost fucking falls. Watch his feet. Like he slows down because he almost falls right there. Like he's unstable, so he's using him as a post. I've never held another man's hand like or arm like that. Just personally. I don't know about you, but
Only my grandfather when he was having trouble walking, which is what made me think of that.
right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like in a normal capacity, no, it's never happened. Like I wouldn't hold you like that.
I'm gonna come. I wouldn't hold you like that unless you were plastered as fuck.
Right. Unless you were somehow debilitated. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Unless you're completely debilitated. So, yes, that would certainly be a Rumble exclusive. I'll make a show and we'll do it Rumble exclusive. Talk about the pros and cons. Go through it as well as we can. Did you have something left or?
I can dig something up.
That's totally fine. I just saw you had your thing down there, so I wanted to make sure you didn't have something.
No, that's the same video.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I mean, I've got one of cops chasing a suspect onto a property and then arguing with the owner about whether or not they can enter.
Kaiser says he's got to push it to 9. Damn it.
Damn it, Kaiser.
Go to 9. Shit.
How long's that? What, another
half an hour? Yeah. Do you have half an hour? Or no?
Look, I can do it. If you need to run, I'll just run through news stories.
No, I don't need to run. I take a quick break, but other than that, let me.
Hang on, let me just quickly run through and I'll grab some random news stories to make some time. Thai man who sold calendars with yellow ducks jailed for mocking the monarchy. Always good.
Sold a monarch ducks.
No. He sold calendars that had ducks on them, but he has been jailed, sentenced to 2 years in prison for selling calendars with satirical cartoons of yellow ducks that a court has said mocks the country's monarchy.
What?
Okay, let's go with this one.
Do so.
Thai man who sold calendars with yellow ducks jailed for mocking the monarchy. A Thai man has been sentenced to 2 years in prison for selling calendars featuring satirical cartoons of yellow ducks that a court said mocked the country's monarchy. Bangkok's... Damn it, I was going to hit the button. I don't have voice mod on. Nice, cock! Criminal court ruled the 2021 calendar containing pictures of yellow ducks in poses resembled and ridiculed Thailand's king...
He's pulling his cock out!
What? How the... Thank you.
That's what I got.
I mean, the ducks are obviously very cranky about this.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
The King Maha Vajiralongkorn.
Can you say that one
Diminishing
more
his
time?
reputation. Vajiralongkorn. Diminishing his reputation. The group of Thai lawyers for human rights said. Okay, that's almost as an oxymoron as West Taiwanese lawyers for human rights. Yellow rubber ducks were at one point a tongue-in-cheek symbol for Thailand's pro-democracy protest movement. Narathorn Chotomongkong Sin was charged under Thailand's lèse-majesté law, which calls for 3 to 15 years imprisonment for anyone who defames, insults, or threatens the king, the queen, their heir apparent, or the regent. I can never go to Thailand now. The court declared that 6 illustrations in the calendar were made to mock the king. The legal aid group said that the 26-year-old defendant, whom it identified as Ton Mai, had his sentence reduced to 2 years because he cooperated with the court. The email address for Marty was previously in the chat. I'll have to scroll back to find that. Actually, I'll just wait. That'll be fine. Jesus Christ. Human Rights Watch issued a statement on Wednesday asking Thai authorities to quash the sentence and promptly release Narathorn Chotmankon Singh. The prosecution and the 3-year sentence of the man for selling satirical calendars shows that Thai authorities are now trying to punish any activity they deem to be insulting to the monarchy, said Elaine Pearson, Asia Director for Human Rights Watch. This case needs to send a message to all Thais and to the rest of the world that Thailand is moving further away from, not closer to, becoming a rights-respective democracy. The lèse-majesté law has long drawn criticism for its harshness and a provision allowing anyone to file a complaint, allowing its use for partisan political purposes. In recent years, it has become focus of the pro-democracy activists who have called for it to be amended or abolished. I personally would go for abolished. 2 young female activists seeking its repeal and other judicial reforms are reportedly in critical condition after hunger strikes for more than 6 weeks. Eat a Dan sandwich, ladies. At least 233 people have been charged with the lèse-majesté since November 2020, according to Thai lawyers for human rights. Before that, prosecutions had been informally suspended, but they were revived as the protest movement gained strength and made increasingly strong criticisms of the monarchy. The demands to reform the monarchy have been controversial because, by tradition, the institution has been considered untouchable and one of the main foundations of Thai nationalism. Or maybe they just need to get a new foundation for Thai nationalism. Scientists create mice with 2 fathers after making eggs from male cells. Creation of a mammal with 2 biological fathers could pave the way for new fertility treatments in humans. Dear God, blokes, you're pregnant. Scientists have created mice with 2 biological fathers by generating eggs from male cells, a development that's opened up radical new possibilities for reproduction. The advance could ultimately pave the way for treatments for severe forms of infertility, as well as raising the tantalizing prospect of same-sex couples being able to have a biological child together in the future. This is the first case of making robust mammal oocytes from male cells, said Katsuhiro Hayashi, no fucking clue if I got that right, who led the work at the Kyushu University in Japan and is internationally renowned as a pioneer in the field of lab-grown eggs and sperm. Hayashi, who presented the development at the 3rd International Summit for Human Genome Editing at the Francis Crick Institute in London on Wednesday, predicts that it will be technically possible to create a viable human egg from a male skin cell within a decade. Others suggested this timeline was optimistic, given that scientists are yet to create viable lab-grown human eggs from female cells. Well, they've still got proof of concept, I suppose. Previously, scientists have created mice that technically had 2 biological fathers through a chain of elaborate steps, including genetic engineering. However, this is the first time viable eggs have been cultivated from male skin cells and marks a significant advance. Daddy, what am I made out of? The skin on my back. Hayashi's team is now attempting to replicate this achievement with human cells, although there would be significant hurdles for the use of lab-grown eggs for clinical purposes, including establishing their safety. Purely in terms of technology, it will be possible in humans even in 10 years, he said, adding that he personally would be in favour of the technology being used to clinically allow 2 men to have a baby if it was shown to be safe. I don't know whether they'll be available for reproduction, he said. That is not a question for the scientific program, but also for society. Mind you, look at it this way. One of most women's greatest gripes is that their eggs have a shelf life. Imagine how many people this could help with infertility and shit like that. But imagine women that have to have an emergency hysterectomy or have their other parts of their reproductive systems removed. They would still be able to have a biological child through surrogacy. Like that. If they can do it from both male and female, this is a major step in terms of assisting people. Which is like, our bodies aren't really built for this.
See, I was just ahead of the game getting Stevie pregnant.
Go. The technique could also be applied to treat severe forms of infertility. There you go, I was ahead of the article. Including women with Turner's syndrome, in whom one copy of the X chromosome is missing or partly missing. And Hayashi said that the application was the primary motivation for the research. Others suggested that it could prove challenging to translate the technique into human cells. Human cells require much longer periods of cultivation to produce a mature egg, which can increase the risk of cells acquiring unwanted genetic changes. Professor George Daly, the Dean of Harvard Medical School, described the work as fascinating, but added that other research had indicated that creating lab-grown gametes from human cells would be more challenging than from mouse cells. I should fucking well hope so. From the window, to the walls, till the skin comes off my balls. We still don't understand enough of the unique biology of human gametosis to reproduce Hayashi's provocative work in mice, he said. The study, which has been submitted for publication in a leading journal, relied on a sequence of intricate steps to transform a skin cell carrying the male XY chromosome combination into an egg with the female XX version. Male skin cells were reprogrammed into a stem cell-like state to create so-called induced pluripotent stem cells. The Y chromosome from these cells was then deleted and replaced by an X chromosome borrowed from another cell to produce iPS cells with 2 identical X chromosomes. Yeah, Tweety, I don't think you have to worry about, women being removed from the equation, because this has still got the potential to create a female. So.
Yeah, but you could do the China thing and kill off the females, or genetically pick, what they want. I don't think that's the goal, but.
Oh, holy shit, I do have voice mod on. Beta! Why the fuck would you jump to that?
Jump to what? The China thing?
Yeah. Not everyone wants to kill off the kids. Just some of us that get really annoyed with them.
Yeah. What's being a parent?
Are you really a parent if you don't think about killing your kids at least once a day?
No. Not even close.
The trick to this, the biggest trick, is the duplication of the X chromosome. We really tried to establish a system to duplicate the X chromosome. Finally, the cells were cultivated into an ovary organoid, a culture system designed to replicate the conditions inside a mouse ovary. When the eggs were fertilized with normal sperm, the scientists obtained around 600 embryos, which are implanted into surrogate mice, resulting in the birth of several mouse pups. Of 600 eggs, you got 7 mice.
Wow. That's not great.
No, the efficacy of about 1% was lower than the efficacy achieved from normal female-derived eggs, which was about 5% of the embryos that went on to produce a live birth. The baby mice appeared healthy, had a normal lifespan, and went on to have offspring as adults. They look okay. They look okay? They look okay. They look to be growing normally. They become fathers. Do you want zombies? Because this is how we get zombies. He and colleagues are now attempting to replicate the creation of lab-grown eggs in human cells. Professor Amanda Clark, who works in the lab with lab-grown gametes in the University of California, said that translating the work into human cells would be a huge leap because scientists are yet to create lab-grown human eggs from female cells. Well, fuck. That's actually pretty high up there with the shit that I don't really want happening at the moment. Yeah, no, Tweety. It's not about whether or not your grandmother can get pregnant. It's that she would be able to have a child via a surrogate. That's a bit different. Mind you, with the way that old lady skin sags, they'd probably get a hell of a lot more than 600 embryos too.
Just off the boobs.
Ooh. The woman claiming to be Madeleine McCann has fled Poland amid a $48,000 bounty. The Polish woman who claims to be Madeleine McCann has fled to the US after receiving countless death threats, including one that put a $48,000 bounty on her head. Julia Forstner was whisked away from her homeland by California-based private detective and psychic medium Thea Johansson, who is working on the case and believes she could be the key to cracking it. Dr. Johansson, you've got to be fucking kidding me. A private detective and psychic is also supposedly a doctor.
And they kidnapped her?
Did they... I mean... Is it a doctor of philosophy? Is it a doctor of, is it a doctor of nail filing? What the fuck? Dr. Johansson, who was famous for working with people, with police and private investigators to solve missing persons cases around the world, said that she was not safe in Poland. Look at those two photos together. I mean, frankly, I feel like the $48,000 bounty should be for the Twinkie bars that have gone missing mysteriously. She said Miss Forstner felt terrified after receiving threats and vile sexual messages from online haters.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, that's not okay. Dr. Johansson, who believes that there are a lot of unanswered questions surrounding the mystery, flew to Poland last week, where she talked to the 21-year-old's doctors, school friends, and police about the case. But she felt she could not continue her investigations, with Forstner copying a barrage of abuse and threats, with one message putting a massive bounty on her head. It had to... I can't see that as real. I mean, 48,000 dead or alive, I would hope that it would cost more than that.
Yeah, I would think so too. This Johansson, Dr. Johansson, is also an actress.
Of course she is.
I can show it in a minute.
How dare you?
I'm just trying to make it better.
No, not you. The pair are thrown to the US with Faustina, who has also been forced to close her viral Instagram account after claiming to be the missing British girl who disappeared at the age of 3 in Portugal in 2007, appearing in a post at LAX airport. I'm excited. Thank you, Fia, she said. Never give up and believe in your dreams that they will come true. It's your dream to have been kidnapped at age 3? Thank you for the extra protection. I love the USA. Welcome to the USA, Julia, the land of the love and dreams.
Faustina?
Why must I stop? I can... Are you fucking kidding me? That's the doctor and the psychic?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I
Ooh.
got her whole IMDb.
Oh my god, she has an IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, so do I, but that's not the point.
Wait a minute.
Like what? What?
You have an IMDb?
Shut up. I knew I shouldn't have said that. All right, smash or pass?
Pass.
Really?
Yep. And you will
I
too.
put her at about I put her at about a 4.6 on the hot crazy scale.
No, she's not as good. That's not a true and accurate representation.
Okay.
I have one.
You have one of what?
Dr. Johansson.
Oh. You realize that your own Dr. Johansson's in chat, right?
My? Oh, yeah. No, what?
Damn. Yeah, no.
She's very plastic.
Yeah. It's like poking Barbie in the face.
Looks like that sex doll you were trying to buy.
Sex doll you were trying to buy.
No. Wow, look at her feet, too. She has like...
Yeah, that's weird as hell.
I mean... I'm going to pass.
Yeah, no, I'm inclined to agree, actually, after seeing those photos.
That's what I said. Okay, Dr. Oh, never mind. Continue with your article.
No,
and then we'll...
fine. Go for it. Oh, you got the biography. Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Johansson is an entrepreneurial anomaly. God, I can't read tonight. The best-selling author, actress, film producer, celebrity, medium, executive coach, and licensed private investigator and psychic detective with a doctorate in psychology and human behavior.
She's so written that herself.
Yep. Known as the Persian medium, has worked with tens of thousands of people around the globe to help them reach unbelievable heights. We don't need to know any other. She's a multimillionaire. Has spoken at the United Nations and been featured in Forbes, The Wall Street Journal, CBS, NBC, ABC, and Fox News channels. Her works include Success Strategies with Jack Canfield, author of Chicken Soup for the Soul series, and 500 million copies in circulation around the world. She's also authored Think Big with Brian Tracy. In addition to recoding your brain for a better life, the secret to igniting your mind and achieving your dreams. 6 million online on her Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Yep. American Sicaro features Danny Trejo, released by Saban Films. She's also featured in Don't Suck, a comedy featuring a large ensemble cast, including Jamie Kennedy. So that's the good doctor. I don't want to know how. I don't know where a doctorate is. Let me see. Stockholm University in Stockholm, Sweden. She also has a degree in hypnotherapy. Of course she does. Quite an interesting character. Quite an interesting character. One second, guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't switch tabs. So she's obviously made the news circuit. There's CBS News. I don't know who that guy is, but he looks important. She's on the news again. I don't like her knees. Like, look at her knees. They look funny. Oh, way too much work has been done. Warning, hot dog. You think so? God, I hope not. I did say pass, didn't I? Yeah, definitely pass. This one's the worst. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it has a penis. Like, you can keep saying that, but here, let's see. No. She's not, is she?
She's not what? Trans.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
Well, don't look too hard. You go blind.
Well, you know, it's not the first time. She's trans? I have to look more into that one. Yeah, I can see it now. Never mind. Look her up. It's Fia Johansson, chat. Let me know if you can find any good information. Cool.
Oh, look, she's on Cameo. $99. You can have her send you a personalized message.
Oh. Who's that? Dr. Johansson?
Known as the Persian medium and the subconscious mind surgeon.
Huh.
Fuck me sideways.
Oh, she has a TikTok.
Of course she does.
Scarlett Johansson. No, I don't want. Hang on. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. It's a Tucker for sure. Cancer. She, if she's not, she's very involved in the trans movement. So she probably has a penis. Hang on. I got a good way to do this.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah.
Smash or pass?
Pass. Because she has a penis. Smash.
That's her.
No. No fucking way.
Yep.
You have got to be kidding me.
Nope.
Whoa. I'm doing some dick work to see if we have dick work. No, there's a. It definitely looks like there's a hole, not a pole. But I can't be sure. Shit. Why don't they just say it? Why don't they just wear a fucking name tag? No, that's definitely a man. Ooh. No. I'm only sharing this for like 3 seconds. That is a man. That's a man. I literally cannot scroll anywhere on this picture. She has a snake tattoo down the back of her leg. That's a man.
It's a man, baby.
100%. That's got to be a man. Nope. I changed my mind. That bitch has got a pole.
How dare you?
Well, how dare I? I just did.
True. Very true.
Just got a message. Let's see if okay. Kaiser is ready to go.
Excellent.
So I am going to grab a link. And let's see if he's live. Real talk. Kaiser is indeed live. Thank mighty Jesus. Not that I don't love you guys, but I want to eat my food.
Yeah, and I gotta get out of here too. So
here is the link to the Great Kaiser Pineapple. Go ahead and give him some love, guys. He's live. He's going to be taking you through the rest of the evening. I might jump over there for a couple minutes, but not sure on that one yet. I might just watch what just came up on my screen because that was not a safe work. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways. Yeah. I'll get Ozzy's opinion after we get out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
What the fuck are you gonna make me look at?
It's not bad.
All
right. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you stopping by. Hit that like on your way out. If you guys are new or on the replay crew, please hit the subscribe button. Join us live. We'd love to have you. Like the stream before you leave. Exactly, Shenny. And head over and support Kaiser. He'd love to have you. He's doing some cool stuff over there with some movie reviews. So, say it.
As always, people, remember, you are a piece of shit. Marty says so.
Well, that was shitty. Stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. And if all you do, you'll save a small child. Do you want puppies to die? Hit the like button. All right, guys, for real. Everybody have a great night.
For real, people. You are not a piece of shit. You contribute to society, even if all you do is smack Marty on the ass on the way out.
Hell yeah. Get it. All right, guys, go join Kaiser. I'm going to post the link one more time just so you have it. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.